burn it out. They sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. The brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the
Trying to get everything up, guys. I apologize for starting late.
back of the pack, kill it anyway. To play, haters face the
Damn it, the chat's trying not to do its thing again. Hold on.
wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway.
There's a new version available again. All right, I'm gonna try to download the chat bot again. Give me just a second. I already did this once.
And we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To play, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway.
Want to remove this one, remove. Want to remove this one, remove. And I want to pin the new one. Give me just a second, guys. I'm trying to get the chat to where I can feature it on screen and all that stuff. Copy link, docs, custom browser docs. Copy link address, and then it's under chat 2. Okay, save. Now let me refresh everything quickly. All right, that one worked. Let me refresh over here. It shows everybody their messages are doubled. It doesn't do anything or mean anything. It's something in it's something to do with Rumble, but it's not. No one else is seeing it doubled. Just you. All right, now it's working again, I believe. Yes. I heard Phil say court went in his favor. I don't think it would have went in either person's favor. I think if I had to guess what happened, I would think that they would demand him to either furnish the documents. If he misses the next deadline, they're going to throw it out, or furnish what he's still missing or whatever. But we'll see. Give me just a second to make sure everything's still working. It appears that way. And we'll be able to kill the music and go live. He wore a sports jersey to it. I wouldn't doubt it. All right, let's kill this music.
Hello, Wilbard. At the Grove Bill Confessional. This is from your friend, Dr. J. Banana. Wilbard, sorry about the loss of your legs in the washing machine accident. I hope you have good luck getting the money up for your new titanium legs. If you need anything at all, I mean anything at all, the Power Rangers have your back.
The Power Rangers have my back. It is morphin' time. Tigozord. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm Will Bird. This is the Cold Beer Confessional. I appreciate you guys coming out. I'm sorry. I was all ready to start at about 8:30. I think it was 8:39. I was just about to hit the start button, and my sister called and had a tire going flat. So she came by and we put a plug in it because it was going down quickly. And she was trying to get back home. So she put a plug in it. We got some air, or I put a plug in it. We got some air in it. And she's back on her way. Hopefully it is doing good for her still, but I don't actually know yet. So anyway, sorry about the late start. I was trying to be on time. but it just didn't happen. Like I said, I'm Will Bird. This is Cold Beer Confession. We got a few things to talk about tonight, and we'll get to that as we get there. So let's go ahead and get started. First things, please make sure you like and share the video. Like the stream. You can do that on Rumble, which we're live on, Facebook, live on, and YouTube. You can like on all those platforms. You can't actually like on Twitch, but you can share on all the platforms. That is some of the biggest help that we can get, is a like and a share. It really influences the algorithm to let people know that they enjoy the content and that more people should see this content, and it helps out the channel. That's probably the greatest thing you could do to help the channel. I did want to tell you guys one thing. So the Space Force captain, actually I could probably pull it up. The Space Force captain that we talked about at the end of yesterday's show, and the ones that's been battling with Derek Johnson, he told me, man, my nose just started running from laying down out in the cold. But he told him and Derek Johnson have been going back and forth doing their thing. So I told the Space Force captain, which obviously knows me, I've been speaking to him. He said he liked my comment because he invited Derek Johnson to a debate. So he liked my comment on his video, and he also said great. Or I think he said nice or something like that. Let me see.
Good morning. It's your favorite.
Nice. And did a smiley face. So if I can host this debate, I sent Derek Johnson an email. Somebody sent me his phone number. So if I have to reach out to him, I will. But right now, I sent him an email. We'll see if that happens. I'll hop in his Telegram later, see if that gets to work. But if I can host that debate, that would be freaking awesome. I would love to be part of that debate, to just watch. I don't think Derek will do it. I think he's a coward. I think he, as much as he calls everybody else a keyboard warrior, that's exactly what he is, saying, oh, you can't pick on me because I'm a veteran. I'm just an honorable veteran with an honorable record, and veterans are better than active duty. But as soon as someone comes in there, he's like, I'm calling your commander. I'm calling this. I'm doing that. Like he's a bitch. Either way. So there's that. If you want to support the show financially, you guys are more than welcome to. The best way to do that. Oh, my camera's missed size. The best way to do that is by going to coldbeer.fund, coldbeer.fund, coldbeer.fund. And you can use our Buy Me a Coffee feature. That's this yellow one. Click on Buy Me a Coffee. It'll look like this. Leave your name and a message. We'll read it live on air. You can do that. You can join our Patreon for extra content. I'm actually behind on Patreon shows, and I don't know that I'll get to one tonight because we started so late, even though I fully planned one. So we'll see about that. Join our Patreon for extra content. You join for as little as $2 per month. I don't even know what that is. Hold on. Let's figure that out. That is 2 divided by 30. That's 6.6 cents a day. Jesus Christ. You can join for 6.5 cents a day, a little over 6.5 cents a day. You can join Patreon to get some extra content if that's something you're interested in. That's over at coldbeer.fund. It's a giant P. We also have a merch shop where you can buy stickers, t-shirts, coffee mugs, pillows. I don't make a whole lot of money off this. They're just cool. Either way, let's hop into this. So if you don't know, Phil Godlewski went to court. And I guess my greatest takeaway is Phil Godlewski himself, the man, the myth, the legend. Let's check him out. So let me go to his Telegram page. He finished. So we talked about he finished his boat. Whatever. We didn't hear. I don't think we listened to this video. Let me listen to it.
Something has been happening to me over the last couple of years that has happened before in my life. And it's different this time. Let me explain. When I was younger, I've said this before in many of my live streams, but when I was younger, I always thought that I needed to consume myself with knowledge about how the earth was made, how we got here. Everything that was taught in the textbooks, from math to biology to physics, all sorts of science, theory. I always thought that I needed to know.
By the way, Phil was barely an average student. I know he tells everybody he was a genius, so that's why this fucking the CIA recruit, he was barely average, okay?
All of it. And I consumed myself in it. And because it was taught in the schools and in the officially sanctioned modes of education, that, well, it must be true.
I have, just by listening to Phil for the last year, I have zero doubt in my mind that I am orders of magnitude smarter than Phil. I can guarantee it. Like, we can go take some type of aptitude test, some type of IQ test. I will put money on the line. I am orders of magnitude smarter than Phil. Like, it's not even close. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. He's a pretty slick guy when he's convincing your grandma to buy silver, but he's not smart. He's not smart. He's not smart. Trust me. I went through school, my entire career in school, being labeled all the crazy labels that he tried to throw into his story about the boy, but none of it's true. It can't be. He's an idiot.
Who's going to teach something that's been proven to be false? Who's going to teach something that's false as opposed to teaching the truth to those that are seeking the truth, such as me, a person like me who wanted to know the truth about our history, not only our recent history from, American history and the world wars and all the conflicts that have, become known to us throughout the last couple hundred years.
So they told him if his videos were longer that he could make more advertising revenue off of it. So he just started slowing down his words.
But also our origin. They teach the Big Bang Theory.
That's a sign of someone who just likes people to listen to him, right? So he'll slow down his words. He wants to keep you hanging on his words. He wants to take you to like a cliff, and then you think you're going to fall off, and then he's going to take you across it. You know what I mean? Like, he has these gigantic pauses. One, because he has to think about what to lie about. Two, because that's part of his fucking his behavior because of whatever a psychotic disorder he has.
Teach evolution. Everything I was ever taught was a lie. But yet, I consumed myself in those lies. And I learned those lies and accepted those lies as truth. What I've been doing now for the last couple of years is learning the actual truth and dispelling of those lies. And I have consumed myself yet again with
Consume.
for knowledge. But this time the knowledge that I'm learning is the true knowledge and not the controller's version of knowledge. And to know that for so many years I was misled by those that I trusted the most.
By the way, he's sharing posts about reconsideration of the Brunson case. The reason he's sharing those, even though they mean nothing, even the video I showed you guys of what's his name, Robert, whatever his name, the guy from the constitutional lawyer from Tennessee or Alabama or whatever, on Viva Frei. Even he told you it would get reconsideration, but it would never go anywhere. This doesn't help Phil's case, though, because Phil said that this case had already passed 2 years ago. No questions asked. It went right through. It was good to go, and he just found out about it last year. But of course, I think they took almost every case back for every case that applied for reconsideration made it back into conference. Like and lawyers even told you, like, it's going to come back, but they're going to deny it again.
And in being misled, I defied God's will. I defied my faith. I lost my faith. But now as
he does love the sound of his own voice, for sure.
That I've been learning in recent years, it makes me satisfied to know that I'm finally learning the truth.
What you going to do with all that equipment, Mustang Sally?
It also angers me at the same time to know that people in power.
Oh my God, drag it out some.
To keep
more. Jesus
and
Christ, this is going very far
right now
into the realm of how long could I possibly pause my sentences and still get you to listen to them and we continue to
pretty much
let me talk to you.
They have gone
about something that actually means nothing. It's pretty crazy.
Links that
honestly, you probably should have left
and because
about 10 minutes ago.
Impossible.
Because I
everyone's
haven't said anything new, and I don't think I would stick around. And
it needs
for quite this long.
Not only
if it was me, but I'm not you. You are you, and I am me.
He's going to be,
and I'll do what I
love you guys.
Do and Jesus Christ, dude. Talk about word count. It's like one of those papers where they tell you it has to be like one college ruled piece of paper front and back, and you're just like putting in extra fucking punctuation and you're spelling real big words and you're double spacing everything, and Jesus fucking Christ. So again, he's sharing the Brunson case. It says the U.S. Supreme Court case set the date for conference February 17th. They have agreed to reconsider our case for a possible hearing. If we get 4 votes, then our petition will be granted. Same thing they went last time into conference. If we get 4 votes, then our petition will be hearing, which means that the Solicitor General, along with her team of expert lawyers, will have the chance to battle it out with the Brunson brothers and see if the judges will determine that the oath of office is important. So listen, this is a misleading post. They have agreed to reconsider our possible hearing. That's true. They agreed to reconsider everybody who refiled, who filed a motion to reconsider every case. Then it says, if we get 4 votes, then our petition will be granted. That's also true. That's the same it was last time. They had to have a majority, right? They had 4 votes. Then it says, which means that the Solicitor General, along with her team of legal expert lawyers, will have the chance to battle it out with the Brunson brothers. That makes you think that the Brunsons are going there and the Solicitor General are going there for the conference to battle it out, to see if the Supreme Court will hear it. That's not true. It's going into conference, which is closed door conferences, and then if they get the 4 votes, then that means that the Solicitor General will have to show up and the Brunson brothers have to show up, but it's not going past that. It's not going past conference. They don't even have fucking jurisdiction to take it past conference. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. The Brunson case is going nowhere. That the oath of office is important because right now it seems it might as well not exist. The whole case rests on this one question. Is there no penalty for breaking the oath of office? Then why have it at all? That's not what the whole case rests on. And you haven't proven they've broken the oath of office, then been allowed to stay in office. We're the Supreme Court's there again to decide constitutionality, not to arrest, sitting members of the president and sitting Congress people. That's just not going to happen. It's not going anywhere. Every lawyer's told you that. I know the grifters have hopped this up. Please donate. We need legal defense. We need to do this. We need to do that. Share this out. Go to brunsoncase.dickweed or whatever they said. It's not going anywhere. Then he says, the Godlewski group chat channel is now closed for membership. I will consider opening it up at a later date. He's going to consider. He's losing people like crazy. He has to. So let me let you in on a secret. If somebody was going to buy bots for their Telegram channel, if you were going to buy bots for your Telegram channel, you know what's one of the requirements when you buy these bots off a bot website? One of the requirements to buy bots of a bot website is that your chat has to be open. Your chat has to be open so the bots can join. They can't apply to join and later be approved. You can't send them an invite link to join. All you can do is give them your link. You can give them your link to join, like whatever the link to your channel is. And then your chat has to be open so the bots can come in there and join. So if someone, let's say a hypothetical guy from Pennsylvania who coached baseball and got entangled with a 15-year-old, was going to buy bots for his Telegram channel, it would have to be open for bots to join. Even if you have like the apply to join stuff, a lot of times bots won't set in the apply to join thing. Some of them will, but if it's private, then the bots can't even find it. When you buy bots, if your Telegram group is set to private, so there's like open and there's like limited and there's private. Open, anybody can join. You just click it, you're in. You don't even have to join the chat. You can just put stuff in the chat, blah, blah, blah. Limited is like where I got mine. Like you apply to join, my mods message you, but someone has to click approve. Some of the bots will do that. Some of the bots will set in there for like 48 hours and you have to approve them, blah, blah, blah. Some of the bots will do that. A lot of them won't. But generally you have to have them open. But if it's private, the way his has been set up, if it's private where he had it previously where you couldn't even find it to join, the bots can't find it either. The bots work just like me and you. They go on Telegram and type in t.me/Phil Godlewski chat whatever 269er. And if it doesn't pop up, they don't have a chat to join. So then we got the iconic image that I think has been seen around the world. And I think Miss Priss has dubbed this the dweeb in tweed. the dweeb in tweed, and here we go. This is what Phil Godlewski wore to court. This is this is his duck lips, okay? And his eyebrows trying to show that he does have real human emotions, trying to cover up his tattoos, right? This is what Phil Godlewski wore to court. A quail feather, a tweed suit, a black and yellow tie, and this gray, and then, what is that, like a light orange? A gray and a light orange plaid pattern. This is what he wore to fucking court. I hate to tell Phil, but Phil's too old and too late to be a 2015 hipster. Like it's like at the time, maybe when he was selling houses and had kids and a wife before they all left him and left him alone. Maybe he always wanted to be this guy that was like a hipster guy that wore like a sports jacket with feathers because it was awkward, and a fedora. But it's over. Like, that's not a trend anymore. And you're way too old to be it, even if you were. Not to mention, I don't know when duck lips went out of style, dude. When did fucking duck lips go out of style? I don't even see bitches do it no more, man. And that used to be their thing. When I was in high school, every bitch that had a selfie had her lips stuck out. I don't know why. Were they kissing all their cameras? I have no idea. But I have not seen it since I've hit my past 25 years of age. I've not seen any female or male do it except for Phil and Carrie. There's like, this is blue steel. So that is the dweeb and tweed. That was a post he says. And he says, hashtag go time. It gets better. Uh-oh, hold on. I accidentally hit something. It gets better. Here we go. So then he decides to take a picture in his car. And it looks even fucking goofier. Like, I didn't think he could get goofier from this. But I'll be damned if it didn't. Look at this one. What the hell's wrong with him? Again, the eyebrows, the pouty lips for some reason, the feather. The feather. Stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. This fucking Yankee Doodle Dandy over here. Like, I don't know. His tie's all jacked up. He's got the feather thing he's stuck in. It's like, okay, it's like he went to Men's Warehouse, and the guy at Men's Warehouse is like, hey, what can I do for you? And he's like, could you give me the lowest rated episode of Queer Eye for the Straight Guy from 2010? And he's like, I got you, fam. We keep those in the back. Come here. What the fuck is this, dude? What? I can see what all the ladies see in him. It looks amazing. Glad you pulled it off. Thank you. Oh, no. Hold on. We got a special video sent to us. Kim Sunshine decided she was going to do duck lips too. I didn't even know that was coming. So there you go. Duck lips versus duck lips. Who done it better? Who done it better? Kim Sunshine versus Phil Godlewski. You decide. Maybe we should run a poll. I don't know. So that was Phil. That's Phil being Phil, doing his thing, I guess. I don't think I've never looked at a human being more than I look at Phil Godlewski and think, I wish your parents would have abused you. Like, at least at like, maybe not like full-blown abuse, but I wish they would have been on the rougher side. You know what I'm saying? Like, some kids are like spoiled and they never get disciplined. And then obviously there's like abuse. But I wish they would have been like, I wish they would have been to where 5 out of 10 parents would have said, that's too far. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish maybe he had a couple mysterious injuries. Maybe he had a couple mysterious injuries where they're like, what do you mean he fell down the step for the 3rd time this week and broke his arm? Maybe some, I don't know, something to get his ass back in line. Maybe that's too far. I don't know. I wish somebody would have hit him. I wish somebody would have hit him back then. Oh, he gives us this wonderful video. You guys want to see it? Today's events.
People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So
I just want to clarify. I did not win the case against the Scranton Times today. That's not what today was.
You can't win a case at a preliminary hearing.
The case against the Scranton Times is going to be litigated for quite a while, probably the remainder of this year and possibly even into next year. The outcome of the case, which I'm trying...
I need to see if I can get in the courtroom. I need to see if I can get in the courtroom and like just start traveling up there. We'll raise travel money and we'll just go for it. Like I need to, I don't know what the rules are around it. What is publicly available? I need to see if I can get in the fucking courtroom. Cause all he's going to do is lie his ass off every time he comes out of court.
To push forward through, and I'll explain that in a minute, should be decided by a jury. So far, the defense has tried to...
So far, you have been ordered to turn shit in about 11 times. And so far, you're about a year late on turning your own documents in to prove this case.
Say that I'm withholding information that's vital to their defense.
Absolutely.
They ask me for X, Y, and Z. I say, oh, well, I don't have that.
You already lied about not contacting the victim and already admitted that. So the defense asked you 3 times, point blank, in sworn affidavits that you answered the questions. You swore to the truth. Have you contacted the victim? Have you contacted the victim? Have you contacted the victim? All 3 times you said no. The only time you had spoke to her was one time in person, and that was when you told her you were going to file the case, but you wouldn't do it if it would affect her. Then they come up with over 1,500 text messages you've sent her. 1,500 text messages you've sent her, including some pretty fucking scandalous ones. Your own lawyer had to come out and said, any sexual relationship they may or may not have had, we're just going to say it happened when they were adults, okay? When they were both adults. But you admitted those text messages are yours. You admitted those text messages are yours. We were talking about a financial windfall. We got to get our story straight. We need to meet up. You don't understand. That's not all it. Those are you, bro. You even accidentally shared one of the messages you claimed you didn't have on your Telegram.
And then they say, haha, yes, you do. We caught you. But I don't have those things that they asked me for. So what today was...
Why don't you have your diplomas, Phil? You've said on many occasions, one of my degrees is from... Some of these people aren't college educated like me. Not everybody gets a chance to go to college and graduate like I did. Where's those diplomas? Why don't you have those? Weird.
Was a hearing to decide if, number one, the case should be thrown out of court with prejudice, meaning that I cannot file it again. Number two, if I should have to pay sanctions. Sanctions are basically penalties for doing what for not doing what you're supposed to do.
Even the stuff you fucking turned in, bro, was months and months and months late. Months late. Any of the documents that are publicly available, Crying in the Dark, are posted up to the Lackawanna County, PA, like court system board, and I can access them. I've got it up right now. The problem is it takes a couple days. It looks like this because it still runs in like fucking Windows 95. But the problem is, like, it takes a couple days to post them, and then when they're posted that day, that it'll say it here, and then they won't release them till midnight. And some of them are most of them are publicly viewable. Some of them are not. Some of them they are like blocked out, not available for public viewing. But yeah, I can get most of the documents from the case.
They said that I've taken a long time to do this, and that they asked me for this, but I didn't send it, and I really did send it. They were asking.
I really did send it. Where did you really did send it? Where did you really did send it? Where?
To the Scranton Times, and another $50,000 to the Scranton Times attorney, Tim Hinton. Those are the two sanctions that they asked for. They're not getting any of that. That's how today went. Now, the judge didn't officially file his opinion yet, but I could tell you, based on how today went, I was there today. I testified for a good hour and a half, maybe even more than that. The victim was there today. The victim was there today.
You've always called her the victim. Why did you say the victim twice?
She testified for an hour and a half. We got a lot of things on record that my attorney and I wanted to get on record regarding her testimony as well as my own. It couldn't have went any better.
I don't know. So again, we have to take everything with a grain of salt that Phil says. I'm sure he had to speak. It was probably more casual than just like I had to testify like up on stand. It was probably more like, do you have these videos? Do you have this? You come in, you agree to what happened with the income disclosure documents and the IRS documents, blah blah blah. I don't know that the victim had anything to even talk about today. This was all about him not turning the shit in. No, she might have. Because he admitted they were bringing up the text messages, too, that he lied about. They were bringing up the text message he lied about. So she might have spoke. That's true. I didn't think about that.
Couldn't have went any better. I've said this the whole time, but I think I'm the last person you want to meet on a witness stand when I'm telling the truth and they're lying. You don't want me up there.
Why? Because you can lie better?
And I think that they...
Jesus Christ. Thank you for the gifted subs. That's a bunch of them.
Gifted 5 subs.
5 gifted subs. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. I didn't have it paused, but thank you anyways. I appreciate the gifted subs. Thank you.
Me up there? Because they thought they were going to expose all of this. No.
The last person you want to meet at a middle school dance. Yeah. The last thing you ever want to hear Phil say to you is, "Hi, I'm Phil Godlewski, and I'll be chaperoning your 8th grade daughter's trip today."
That's not what happened today at all. I went up there and I showcased a lot of credibility, and the reason why I showcased a lot of credibility was because I was telling the truth.
And lied about even attending college, lied about your text message chain. What are you going to claim? You forgot 1,500 messages over the last, 2 years? You forgot 1,500 messages because you said you hadn't contacted her at all. And it even specifically said, originally you said one time that, those weren't text messages. Those were instant messages on Facebook. But it says online, social media platforms, cell phone text messaging, pictures sent. It says everything.
And it's quite easy to showcase credibility when you're telling the truth. I showcased a lot of, I think, discipline. I thought I was being baited a few times by the Scranton Times attorney into saying something that I didn't want to say. I felt like I was being intimidated a little bit, or attempting to be.
Oh, they're trying to intimidate him. Got it. He slipped up, right? So he's the big bad cool hand Luke. He's the real deal. He can't be intimidated. But then he slipped up and said, "I think I was being intimidated." But they were trying to. They were trying to intimidate me, but I got them. I showed them where it hurts. I showed those guys. I showed them. That's right. I got them. There's something wrong with this dude.
A little bit as well, and I believe that I handled that really well. All of my answers in front of the judge were truthful, on point, and of merit. My attorney was excellent today. Now I know why I'm paying him all that money. He called out the...
He's one of the cheapest lawyers in the area. I don't know what you think you're fucking paying him, but he's one of the cheapest fucking lawyers in the area.
For improper this and improper that. I'll tell you, their attorney really dislikes me a lot. And that's great. I think it totally affects his performance as an attorney. And he was very disappointed with how today went. He thought it was going to go a completely different way. I believe that he may have told his clients that it was going to go a completely different way.
I wish I could have been there and showed up in a matching suit and just sat behind him all day. Just sat directly behind him, like in the fucking what do they call it, where you sit out in the, it's not the fucking observatory, it's like it's something like that. It doesn't matter. But just sat behind him with the crowd in a matching suit.
Different way. And it didn't go that way. And I look forward to Discovery ending, which
the gallery. Thank you.
Close to happening now. I look forward to depositions, especially after today. I can't wait for depositions.
Well, you told everybody back in, was it October, that all my information was wrong, that I was getting it way too late, and you had already been disposed.
The girl said a lot of things today that she said it under oath, and
so there are times that witnesses slip up, mess up, catch themselves in a lie. Let me ask you a question. Who do you think a judge and or jury is going to have more sympathy for? A young girl showing up to court, trying to do the right thing, who claims that she avoided being paid off and perjuring herself and was 15 at the time of the alleged crime and didn't know any better? Or the guy that claims, I never did that, I just pled guilty to it because I felt bad for talking to her on the phone?
Now I get to call the witnesses and depose them.
No, you don't. You got a lawyer.
You know what's a tragedy? Let me tell you what a tragedy is in this case.
That you're wasting all this money just to drag this out. And if it wouldn't have been crowdfunded, you would have never done it with your own money.
My case was over with in 2010. I was accused of 8 felonies, 13 misdemeanors, and I ended up pleading to 1 misdemeanor.
And what are the stipulations on that 1 misdemeanor? What are the stipulations on that 1 misdemeanor? Did they say anything about what happened with the victim? Did they say anything about like does the charge that you pled guilty to, does it say anything? I bet it does. I bet it does. I bet it goes into detail and even says 2 wits. What's it say, Phil? What's it say? 2 wits. What comes after that, Phil? Can you tell us about it? Can you tell us about what's going on after the 2 wit? It's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting if you have a chance to read it. It's all over. I made like a meme about it. It's pretty interesting when you read two wits, which is an explanation of the reason he was charged. So basically, it's like basically. So it'll say like manslaughter in the third, not Phil's, but one in general. It would say like manslaughter in the third degree with malice intent, blah blah blah, with a firearm, and then it'll say to wit, this guy went over here and shot this guy in the face. That's what it says. Namely is a way that you could take out to wit out of the statement. You could say namely, or basically, or it's basic. It describes exactly. It describes exactly why he's being charged with that, and he pled guilty to that charge, knowing that was in there. Nobody who would do that. Who would do that? Who would plead guilty? Who would plead guilty to that charge, knowing what's coming behind it? Nobody would. If the charge says, oh, we're just going to have you contribute to the delinquency of a minor, and you're like, oh, but it says, to wit, the defendant did have a sexual relationship with a minor victim under the age of 16 years. Who would plead guilty to that? Nobody would. Unless you were guilty of it. Unless you were guilty of it. The only claim he can make, and I don't think it's a valid one for court, but I will tell you one claim he could potentially make, is that he only signed it to get rid of it. It was ruining his life, blah, 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 and he knew he had to plead guilty to it. He knew he had to plead guilty to it just to get it taken care of, just to get it gone, just so it was over, right? But I don't think that holds up in court. Like if I plead guilty to murder and just because I don't want to do it anymore, or I don't want to be in court anymore, I don't want to do whatever. If I plead guilty to that and then say, well, I didn't actually murder anybody, I was just tired of going to court for it, and I knew they were going to railroad me. There's pleas for that. There are pleas for that. It's called an Alfred plea, right? Or a no contest. It means, the plea means, I didn't do it, but I know that you've got enough evidence and enough witnesses that I'm going to be convicted. I know that you got enough evidence and enough witnesses that I am going to be convicted. That's exactly what it means. Like, there are pleas for that. You don't have to plead just because you spoke to a girl on the phone. That's not the way it works. So, original sequence 7. Charge number 7. It's an M1. This is an M1. It is 186301A1. And if we go up here, it is 6301A1. It's under Pennsylvania statute 18, but 6301A1. And he pled guilty to it. That's the one he pled to. That's why they moved it to the top to sequence 1. Sequence currently is sequence 1. Original sequence is 7. Corruption of minors, corruption of minors. In that, on or about January 2008, the president, the defendant, Philip Godlewski, being 18 years of age, upwards did corrupt or tend to corrupt the morals of the victim, BD, a minor under the age of 18 years, by engaging in sexual intercourse or aided. So it can be 3 things. By engaging in sexual intercourse, 1. 2, aided, abetted, or enticed or encouraged a minor in the commission of a crime. 3, or knowingly assisted or encouraged such minor in violating his or her parole or court order. So you can help them commit a crime or violate their court order, or you can have sex with them. That's the way the law read at the time. Okay? That's the way the law read at the time. Then this part that's underlined, I'll zoom in for you. Well, maybe I will. I'll grab the magnifying glass. It says, to wit. So basically or namely. Basically or namely. Now, I'm just reading this document that he pled guilty to charge 7, an M1 for corruption of minors, 6301A1. So basically is what it's claiming. Namely, the defendant, Godlewski, did engage in sexual intercourse with a minor child victim under the age of 16 years. The 16 years is on the next page, but still. So if I come on here and said, okay, like we're going to charge you with, let's say, I'm going to charge you with bank robbery. And then I said, basically, you went inside, you had a gun, you had a mask, you demanded money. Even though you didn't get any money, you demanded money. Then you ran out. We're charging you with bank robbery. You can't then sue a paper and say, I never robbed a bank. I just tried to. I'm not a bank robber. You called me a bank robber. I'm not a bank robber. I never successfully robbed a bank. Or you can't prove I took any money. I told him I didn't. It literally says it in the document that he pled guilty to. Original sequence 7. Sequence 1 now, because he pled guilty to it and up to the top of the list. It's an M1. It's corruption of minors. This is for corruption of minors. And it is 6301A1. 6301A1. There is nothing missing from here. This is the legal terminology, right? So basically, all they did was put his name, the defendant, Philip Godlewski, and the victim's name in front of the legal reading. Anyone being of 18 years. So the law says at the time said anyone being 18 years of age or upwards that did corrupt or tend to corrupt the morals of a victim that is a minor child under the age of 18 years by engaging in acts of sexual intercourse or aided, abetted, and enticed or encouraged a minor in the commission of a crime, knowingly assisted or encouraged such minor in violating his or her parole or court order. Violate is a violation of section 6301A1 of the Pennsylvania Crimes Code, and it's an M1 violation, misdemeanor 1. That's what the law reads. All they did was stick his name in it and put the defendant, and since right after victim, they put BD's name in it, and they put the date in it, and then they explain it down here. The defendant, Godlewski, did engage in sexual intercourse with a minor child victim under the age of 16 years. Like, I don't get it. I don't get what he's arguing. He pled to this charge right here, guilty plea, and that's how the charge is described. That's what whatever. It is what it is, I guess. Let's let him play.
And the reason why I didn't get all of those other charges was because the state couldn't prove any of them, so they didn't prosecute me on them.
I'm banned from Phil Godlewski info or whatever, because Erica's in a dick measuring contest and mine is way larger. But somebody sent me a bunch of paperwork and shit and files and videos and people claiming they were there and shit. We'll grab them in a minute.
It was over. 2010, it was over.
It's over.
The Scranton Times via Chris Kelly, because of his disdain and hate that's in his heart, had to re-up all of that stuff, plus all the QAnon stuff. I got asked today in my testimony, are you a member of QAnon? I said, I'm sorry, I don't know what that means. I said, can you clarify?
Well, that's a lie. You don't know what being a member of QAnon means? Oh, there's Q, and then there's other nons.
He said, never mind, we'll move on. He said, never mind, we'll move on like 10 times because I called him out on his questions. And
so again, we get the fake emotion and the fake injection. So that's not true, right? So like he's telling you a lie there. That push of air where he bursts out like he's about to start laughing for calling him out on his questions, not true. I haven't even looked at the other stuff, and I guarantee you that's not true.
Couldn't follow up on them. But
fake grin, not true.
This whole thing was gone. Chris Kelly had to reignite it. Now for me, I enjoyed today.
If you're online under your real name, Phil's on this legal rampage, claims he's suing everybody. Be careful. He can come after me all he fucking wants. I'm reading the documents. It says you pled guilty to charge number 7. When I read charge 7, it explains why you were charged with it. Namely, Like, most importantly out of this, and directly to the point, namely, the defendant, Bill Godlewski, did engage in a sexual relationship with a minor child under the age of 16 years. That's what it says.
Proving lies. That's what I do on a regular basis, right? That's what my live streams do.
Oh, okay.
My Telegram channel does. I will expose the lies of any topic.
I don't think he's proven any lies. I mean, he's made up a bunch, invented some.
If I know that they're lies. Now, this particular topic with the Scranton Times is a lie. They wrote a lie about me. They were egregious and malice in their attempt to write it.
Oh, my God. Is he going to cry?
Slander me, and I'm calling them out on it.
Okay. It's okay, buddy. Don't get emotional. Jesus.
I enjoy calling someone out on their lies. I enjoy calling
the
government out on their lies, the Federal Reserve, the IRS, 9/11 Commission, JFK, all that stuff.
He hasn't been right on any of those. He claims that he's he claims like he's goddamn, first of all, Edward Snowden. Second of all, like an Alex Jones figure. He didn't show up till the grift got good.
I enjoy that thoroughly. I enjoy this dissecting evolution now. That's kind of my, big priority now, as you can see by my recent live streams. By the way, I am still going live tonight. I'll see you at 7. I enjoy it. So when I say I enjoy this, I know that they lied because I was the one in that position. I was the one that they're saying did something that I didn't do.
But you pled guilty to it. Why? You told us. You told me. You've told my audience. You've told other audiences, including yours, other audiences, Telegram groups, that the reason you pled that charge was you felt bad because you did corrupt her morals by talking to her on the phone occasionally. That's not what the charge says. It didn't say, to wit, the defendant, Mr. Philip Godlewski, did occasionally call the victim on the phone.
So I'm going to I'm going to make them prove that I did it. And just because somebody says I did it, that doesn't mean I did it. Prove
you said you did it.
That I did it. They can't prove that I did it because I didn't do it. And the only thing that I did do.
Imagine being this caught up in it only because your following called your bluff and funded the lawsuit.
Was admit.
And then I still think he probably thought about keeping the money. At least that's my opinion. And then the hate group started pushing on him. Are you going to file? Are you going to file? You better get the lawsuit filed. Where's that money going?
To the charge that I pled to. I did corrupt her morals. Absolutely.
He technically has the burden of proof. To prove that they slandered his name.
I should have never been in that situation. I should have never put her in that situation. I was in a...
What situation?
Really terrible period of my life, and I said that on the stand today. I said I used terrible judgment when I first started talking to this girl. But that doesn't mean I slept with her, because I didn't. It doesn't mean I slept with her
because I didn't. I hate his accent too.
Did anything inappropriate with her in regards to sex?
What about tell us about Papa's bed? Pretty sure we had sex in that. Well, we've had sex in half of northeastern Pennsylvania. What tell us about Papa's bed?
It just means that I put myself and her...
He's already admitted those are his text messages.
...in a situation that neither of us should have been in. And because of that, I'm guilty of corrupting someone's...
That's not what the charge means. The charge means either 1, you fucked her. 2, you violated her probation or a court order. Or 3, you convinced her to commit some type of crime. You can't just say, "Oh, well, we were both in bad positions, and I shouldn't have had her talking to me." 1, 2, or 3. That's not an option.
But that doesn't mean I slept with her, because I didn't.
With her?
I did anything inappropriate with her in regards to sex.
He fixed it that second time. With her? At least put a pause in it.
Well, whatever. It just means that I put myself and her in a situation that neither of us should have been in. And because of that, I'm guilty of corrupting someone's morals.
No, you're not. When has anybody ever said you're guilty of corrupting morals if you put somebody in a bad situation? I've had people put me in bad situations, and that has nothing to do with morals. I've had people put me in bad situations. You've had people put you in bad situations. I've probably put people in bad situations they didn't want to be in. Some of them not even knowing that I put them in that situation. That's not a crime. The crime is, 1, you have to commit one of 3 things. You fucked her, you convinced her to commit a crime, or you convinced her to break a court order or her parole or probation, all while she was a minor. One of those 3.
Absolutely. But you can't call me a pedophile. You can't do that. You can't call me a pedophile.
Well. Oh, come get me.
And in the case of the Scranton Times, $100 million a year in revenue.
Come see if you can seize my disability check, Phil.
And now I don't just want a retraction. And I don't just want Chris Kelly fired. Now we're going to...
That wasn't what you were going for in the first place. You didn't ask for a retraction. You didn't ask for Chris Kelly to be filed. You asked for $5 million. Plus damages.
I'm going to give it to a jury. And their defense attorney could ask the jury if they think that saying what they said about me in a publication that went to millions of viewers...
Millions.
...will follow me the rest of my life and my children the rest of their life.
Mm.
And we're prepared to give examples of how it's going to affect my children the rest of their life.
I'm sure there's tons of parents out there that's worried that you'll follow their children for the rest of their lives. Clearly, in this BD case, since you're still messaging her, apparently by your own admission, you've been following her for the rest of her life.
We're going to ask a jury to put if they think I'm right and I was defamed, put a value on these things. Put a value being called a pedophile by a hate group on Telegram. You know, one of the trolls was at the hearing today? What a sad...
Do you know that the Scranton Times has absolutely nothing to do with the Telegram group? That before the Scranton Times article was posted, that your shit was all over Reddit as being the baseball coach, that you could just Google your name before the Scranton Times posted anything and it was still on there. It's on forum message boards. It's on Reddit. It's on baseball coaching forums from 10 years ago.
It's sad. Boy, he looked terrible, too. Terrible.
You look rough.
He looked like he had leprosy.
Wait a second.
He looked really
Wait a second. We're not talking about old patchwork Phil up top, are we? Bud, your hair follicles look like they're having a fight and they're spending some time apart. What the fuck are you talking about?
Bad. Ironically, this is the same kid we held a fundraiser for. My following raised $30,000 for him after a car accident. He comes today. You should.
Well, you can't buy someone just agreeing with you. One of my biggest pet peeves is actually going on right now. One of my biggest pet peeves is when someone donates to my channel and thinks they can tell me how to run my channel. Look, I do my fair share of donating. It's all private, every bit of it. I don't like to put it out there. I don't want to brag. I don't want to send shit out to nobody and say I donated to this person. I do it privately. I don't do it so I did it, because that kind of defeats the purpose, right? Feels the exact opposite. But once you donate money, that money's gone. Now, unless someone's raising money for like a scam, saying they have cancer or something like that, I understand they don't have cancer. I understand getting those people back. That's illegal. But if you donate money, then I cover somebody you don't like, and you're like, I'm a donator. You can just fucking pack your shit up and leave, because I'm going to ban you anyways. Fuck off. I don't like when you cover that person I donated. I donated to Will's mom's funeral. Yeah, go fuck yourself. I didn't fucking force you. You didn't buy a goddamn thing for me. Not my channel, not fucking friendship, not a fucking handshake. You didn't buy shit from me. If you donate and you're donating for the content, that doesn't give you the right to demand something of me or to not cover me. If I'm doing something wrong, cover me all you fucking want. Phil's tried the same thing with me. Now, the Phil hate group is calling, oh, he donated to a fundraiser that Will shared. Okay. But he donated directly to fundraisers that your people are in. What are you talking about? Like, okay. He didn't donate to me. He donated to a fundraiser I shared a link to. The fuck are you talking about?
Just saw him. He was cackling in the back of the room every time, I would answer something. Caused the judge actually one time to.
Now that is funny. That is funny. He's laughing every time he'd answer something.
Say to Chris Kelly, and really you should have been talking to the troll too. I think he was. He said if you can't control yourself, you need to leave the courtroom.
Wait, Chris Kelly couldn't control himself? Listening to you lie? They were laughing at you, bro? Oh, no.
So, it just goes to show you that you can't say something about somebody that is provably false. And if you do, there are penalties. There are civil penalties for that. And I'm talking to you guys, my followers, specifically.
You prove a positive. You don't prove a negative.
Because if somebody puts you in this position and they say egregious, false lies that will follow you and affect you the rest of your life or your family the rest of your life, you have a case.
No, the original article came out way before, like Rolling Stones and stuff, but they've updated it since then.
And I have a case. Do you know? So we raised, when I couldn't afford to file the lawsuit way back when.
Wait. Crypto millionaire? You were a crypto millionaire and you couldn't afford to file a lawsuit? That's wild.
Raised something like $38,000, $33,000, $36,000 so I could file this lawsuit and pay for retainers. Do you know that I paid my attorney well over $250,000 so far?
Keep paying him.
My money.
Keep paying him. You're going to lose more than that, hopefully.
I'm not letting this one go. I will take this one to the finish line no matter what.
It's coming to a finish line, I can guarantee you.
And if anybody else, Rolling Stone, Daily Beast, Will Sommers, anybody else wants to, listen, bring it. You want to keep telling lies about me?
Phil can spend $250,000 trying to sue me. Even if I don't show up and you get a default judgment, show me where they're going to take a disability check from a disabled veteran. Come get it, motherfucker.
I'm going to make you prove those lies in a court of law. And if you can't...
The only people that can touch my fucking check is the IRS, my man. And you're not exactly on good terms with those guys.
lies, pay up. Pay up and write retractions. Fire whoever you want. Whoever owns the Daily Beast, whoever owns Rolling Stone. Fire the journalist. But you are responsible for what they wrote.
That's actually not true. So when they write their article and link back to another article, the such and such Tribune reports, blah, 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 blah. They're literally linking it to someone else. They're not making these original claims, but go ahead.
For you.
Your super expensive lawyer who's only cost you $250,000 allegedly over the past 2 fucking years is not sending you in the right direction. He should have told you that.
I'm not backing down on any of this. No, sir. No way. No how.
I think I found one of your hairs on my penis today. I hate when my dick does that. You were so beautiful. You and your 15-year-old body. I hate when my dick does that.
I have the backing.
I hope they make them role play their fucking text messages back and forth. Phil's got to read his and she's got to read hers in front of a jury.
I have the truth on my side. And I have...
Again, now listen, to believe Phil Godlewski, you have to believe that in high school, if you believe this, you have to believe that Phil Godlewski in high school was recruited by the CIA. He went to serve for the CIA. While he was there, he found out that the 9/11 was an inside job. He had ample time to warn people. He did not. So then he got mad and quit. That's what he claims. Then he got mad and quit and was picked up by the NSA. He went to work as the NSA as Edward Snowden. He went to work at the NSA as Edward Snowden. And that as Edward Snowden, he did the things that Edward Snowden did. So that means he would have been in Hawaii starting in 2012. He would have been in Hawaii. He was assigned to he would have been assigned to the Hawaii as a lead technologist for the NSA by Dell in 2012. And then that's all the way through 2013 when he gets whistleblower status in 2013. In 2013, he would have left. Like same time, same timeline, same everything. So at some point in between working for the CIA and working for the NSA and also working for Subway, which we have records on, but you don't believe, and getting multiple degrees that he can't produce, he also had to go back in 2010 and allegedly have this relationship with a minor. And then complete his job at the NSA after he was charged, after everything happened. And then come back home because the CIA decided to reset his entire background, give him a new name, give him a new birth date, give him a new house witness protection program. And they literally cleared up everything on his record except for the time between he was with the CIA and the NSA where he accidentally slipped and fell and landed in a 15-year-old or whatever happened. So that's kind of weird. But I guess that's the way it happens when you're one of the guys. Jesus Christ, what an... So the CIA gave him a whole new background, made him disappear, made him invulnerable to where the cabal couldn't get to him, but they forgot about what happened in 2010, which is crazy. You think they could have just cleaned that up too, removed it from his record as well? They give him a whole new life, and they're like, oh, no, but you got to keep this charge. Got it. Eat fresh.
I have a lot of drive. And today was a foreshadowing of things to come when we get to depositions and when we get in front of a jury. Because I happen to think when I get in front of that jury and I'm made to answer certain questions, I happen to think that jury's going to believe me. And the reason why I think they're going to believe me is because they're going to tell instantly that I'm telling the truth, and the Scranton Times and the defendants are lying. I happen to think they're going to believe me. And if that's the case, let's start putting a dollar amount on every lie everyone's ever told about me and my personal life.
Oh, no. Yeah, the Edward Snowden story is he was assigned to Hawaii by Dell, and then he claims that his breaking point was when he saw James Clapper lying under oath to Congress. That's what he claims his breaking point. So he quit at Dell when he saw James Clapper lying under oath about what data that America was collecting on its own people. Kelly, 20 bought you 3 6-packs. Phil doesn't know the fucking truth. Will, first, sir, thank you for your service. So glad you haven't stopped. Hold on. We'll go read that one. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for the support. That was over at Buy Me a Coffee with Kelly 20. Thank you for your service. So glad you haven't stopped serving our country. Please don't stop. Your children will be so proud of you. My hat's off to you, you the man. Thank you very much. I appreciate the donation and the support, Kelly 20. So Edward Snowden's story is when he saw James Clapper lying under oath in 2013. He claimed James Clapper was testifying about the data that they collected on American citizens, and it wasn't going to be used on American citizens. He quit his job at Dell. Then he gets a job with a smaller contracting firm called Booz Allen Hamilton. Booz, B-O-O-Z, Allen Hamilton. And when he goes to Booz Allen Hamilton, they're a smaller company. They are a consulting firm for some of the NSA's tech, this, that, and the other, right? And he claims he solely took that job in 2013, in like mid 2013. He took that job just to gather the data to release it. Like when he quit at Dell, he knew he was going to get a job somewhere where he could gather the data and release it. So that's all 2013. This all happened in court in 2010. So how was he Edward Snowden with a get out of jail free card, and they cleared his whole past and made up, and you can't find his name there because they scrubbed him, but they couldn't scrub his 2010 charge for just talking on the phone to a minor? I bet you Phil's such an honorable guy. He said, no, leave that one. I think I did commit that crime.
We don't back down. I'm the captain now.
Oh, shit. He's not the captain. He's never been the captain. That's the dumbest fucking thing I've heard him say in a long time. All right, so somebody sent me a bunch of court documents. I don't know where they came from, but thank you for sending them. They said they didn't want their name mentioned, but so we ended up with some documents. These are all from, let's see, when were these sent? February 7th, I guess. February 6th, February 7th. I guess there's two different emails. One was from the 7th, one was from the 6th. They're combined together, but there's a couple of documents come out of there, and it says some of them are the ones that I've already read about the it's all moot about the motions, and the motion to compel, the motion is moot now. There's another one that says the 30th day of January 2023, upon consideration, defendant's second motion to compel subpoena materials from Lackawanna County District Attorney. We read that one. Some of these are ones I've already covered, and some of them aren't. So they had a defendant's exhibit list. There was a defendant's exhibit list for the hearing, and it was a 2010 criminal complaint, guilty plea colloquy. We looked that word up. We read this one, crowdfunding campaign. We read all that stuff, right? That come out already. Then there is some screenshots. I guess this is from Mellon. It says, these are all screenshotted from Mellon McTickle Dickerson, which is Mellon is the guy who got injured, who was in a coma, and I guess he went to Phil's case. It says Phil admitted in court today that he did, in fact, have a sexual relationship with BD. On the record, he claimed that. Now he claims she was an adult, but we all know Phil claimed he never had a sexual relationship with her. So he's claiming now they had a sexual relationship as adults. He was going to say that the judge drilled into Hinton when it was the opposite. The judge overruled Coleman all day. Hinton asked if Phil had a Mensa certificate. Phil said no. No Mensa certificate? I thought you did. And then they also sent a short video. Let me see. I don't know if I can get this to play. What's a link to a video? Let's see if it'll play. It's a Telegram. Oh, it's a bubble video. That's why it looks so weird.
So for all the people that are in other chats that are coming here to get the information, we want you to see it. But let me just tell you this. Anything that I say is 100% fact. I'm not going to guess at things.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get anybody that this guy was there. If Phil even said he was there. So here we go.
I'm telling you the facts.
I have some fans that live there. I might call and ask if I can get a copy of the hearing, or at least audio, video, something like that.
And Phil sat there on the stand and admitted that he had a sexual relationship with the very minor that he pled guilty to corrupting back in 2010, but he claimed that he started a sexual relationship with her at around 2015. He made that claim. He admitted that in court. Now, I don't know what information will be dropped in the documents, but if I'm lying, Go ahead, Phil. Sue me, right? Because I'm making that claim as a fact.
And I don't even know what this is. This is an MP3 file. Oh, it's a live chat. We might listen to some of it. Let's see.
Which is the Scranton Times attorney. He had asked the minor that Phil pled guilty to corrupting, the BD person, that the 9th grade girl, that Phil, pled guilty to corrupting back in 2010. He asked her to take the stand and was just, asking the basic questions that we all would expect them to ask, like, have you had a sexual relationship with Phil? And she, of course said yes. And he asked, when did that start? And she expressed, when she was about 15 years old, and they went into the whole point where she was getting gifts from him, which included a very expensive pair of earrings, which
we saw that.
Was
her mom claimed that.
To value at about $2,800 or something in that area, which was confirmed by her mother, who later took the stand when she had called or went to Zales just to.
I'm gonna try to speed it up some, by the way.
If it was from that location and how much they were. Nothing ever was said about. Do you remember Phil? Like whoever her mother spoke to at the Zales place, nothing was said in court today where her mother had asked the sales representative at Zales if she remembers Phil or anything like that. Nothing like that was ever said. Even though that was claimed by Phil that it was set, that she had said that. She never made that claim. She just wanted to get the value of it and that it was from Zales. And I guess the point of that was just to point out the severity of like a grown-ass man giving a child, these expensive ass.
Yes, he was told to stay away from the victim, but that was kind of shorthand that we read that from, and I think it had to just be until she reached legal age, until she becomes of legal age, because I don't think they could just order you to stay away from the victim for life. You know what I mean? Like, we saw a shorthand that no contact with Vic. That's all it said, but it must have been to like 18 or something. I don't know.
But so anyway, they were going through all that. I will point this out, and I said it in the chat before, that Phil's attorney, Coleman, he's now attorney overruled, because all day long, the judge has shut him down. And every time Hinton was trying to get into something, Coleman's like, overruled, with this weird accent. And
I'm glad Mellon went.
Was able to keep going with all the points that he was trying to make. And I know Phil had...
Even after Phil did that fundraiser and shit and made all his community donate. Phil does that for points, right? To get people off his back.
Claimed that, it was the opposite. And we all knew he was going to do that. And as soon as, I got out of the court, I even posted that Phil's going to make it seem like, his attorney did so great and the judge had to keep, barking at the Scranton Times attorney. Couldn't be further from the truth. And Phil had to be scorned by the judge several times for talking out. Phil asked, and I love it. Phil asked while he was sitting next to his attorney, not in the witness stand. And he's like, may I please speak? No, the judge said. And he's like, are you a member of this court? No. So you'll only speak when addressed on the witness stand. And Phil just tucks his tail between his legs like, sorry, Your Honor. And that happened again when Phil was in the witness stand and he was talking out of turn. And the judge had to...
Oh, I got to be there.
Of course,
I should have went.
But that never happened at all to Hinton. He was very, very professional, very prepared. Everything was, just really uniform. And like he knew where he was going with all of his questions. And, he back.
Yeah, the people the list of people that went just fucking, they're part of the hate group. They're not gonna talk to me.
Phil into a corner several times. Now we all know Phil is great at manipulating. He's great at talking. That's his favorite hobby is to talk.
Hopefully we have enough lead time when we know his next court date.
If it gets that far. What other important points was there? Okay.
So go through BD's testimony a little bit more. And then hit when Phil got on the stand, because he said that he only spoke truth today.
Well, yeah, Phil only ever speaks truth, right? Except when he tells everybody he never slept with BD. But so with her testimony, she was just acknowledging the facts that she did have a sexual relationship with Phil when she was 15 years old. That it started when she was, I guess, in 9th grade, I believe it was. And she spoke about some of the earnings and the plan.
Yeah, but that's just not the way it works legally. Like that, there's hardly ever a no contact for life. Like when she turned 18, if she wanted to file a restraining order, I'm sure they would have taken it and pushed it through. But Yeah, they don't, they wouldn't have put that in when she was 15 years old.
Against that, Phil had promised her that they were going to move to Florida, once she graduated and turned, was an adult. I will also.
I have a buddy who's a lawyer who said that everything he goes to, he either the court's going to have a recording device and he immediately requests a copy, or that he takes an audio recorder with him and records at least the audio, because court transcripts a lot of times don't have inflection on it. And he likes to sit back and, like, if they have a preliminary hearing and they're preparing for testimony or whatever, he says he likes to step back and see where, like, their voice pitch changes and blah, blah, blah. He's been really into, like, body language and stuff. He's a prosecutor here. He's an attorney, but he's a prosecutor, not where I live, but, like, the next big town over. He actually ran for circuit court judge or something in the last election.
This Coleman is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm it's interrupting. But anyway,
I can't listen to all this, but we'll listen to some of it.
In air quotes, referred to Bree as the victim. Oh my God, I was just so
The victim. Oh, that pissed me off.
to just insinuate that she's not a victim. You know what I mean? And it absolutely was just disgusting, and I can't even believe he would do that. Basically, with her testimony was mostly basically.
You're hard to hear now, Melon.
He's moving the phone away from his face.
Melon?
And she was very cordial, for many years with that. It wasn't like a.
Melon?
It wasn't like a nasty.
Probably not. They won't have a direct one-for-one transcript, no.
Sometime in the past after, she was an adult also. So just kind of points like that she was making, there wasn't much substance to it other than just confirming that she absolutely did have a relationship when she was in high school and with Phil when he coached that.
BD was on the chat, but they took her off at her request. I hope she's very careful with where she's appearing and what she's saying and where she might be and not be, or where she appears and what she doesn't say. Like, she needs to be very careful right now. Phil and his lawyer will try to grab anything she says or types or posts or even likes and try to use that against her.
So much about what she was saying that we don't already know.
Melon?
That's why most attorneys tell you not to say anything, because you might, like, let's say you're just scrolling through and accidentally right click or double tap while you're scrolling and like a post that says, I hope Phil goes down for everything. He deserves this just for stealing from the elderly, or some post, like a hate post like that can be brought back up in court and be like, look, she doesn't want him to go down because she's a victim. She wants him to go down because something else he's not even doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be super careful. That's why your lawyer just tells you never to speak. That's why I knew Phil's case was going to be a fucking joke. All he's done is talk about it, and all the other people he's going to sue and why and how he's the best, and he's going to sue this person and that person. He's going to win because this, and the victim was going to testify for him, and they weren't ready for it. And, like, all that's doing is helping the other side. All that's doing is helping the other side.
But yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's kind of hard to hear you.
My Bluetooth got kicked off because.
I would hide till it was over if I was testifying, I guess. That was part of the case.
That was better where you were right then, but you were kind of cutting in and out. It was kind of hard to hear you.
Yeah, because I keep getting calls, and I got cut off. Once it automatically takes off my Bluetooth. Can you hold on, please?
I don't know why it does that.
You're just moving your face away from the phone.
Weird.
Let me skip ahead some, see what else is said. I'm not going to just steal this whole 2-hour recording, but
supporting him. Was there anyone there on his side?
Good question. For the million,
if you're not banned because you support me, it's on the info channel. Somebody said.
And what
I don't know if it's this version, but somebody said it was on the info channel.
The people that watch him, right? Am I correct that he said that? Billions?
Yes.
In one video? Yeah, billions of the people that follow Phil loyally, that they're there for him. You know what I mean? They know he's the real deal. Not a single person was there to support Phil. Nobody. Not in the hallways, not outside, not a security team, not a daddy, not a cousin, not a friend. Nobody was there for Phil. I don't even think his lawyer was there for Phil. He just had to be there. And Phil, nobody.
So, like, The reason that's so funny to me is Phil's lawyers kind of thrown him under the bus a couple times. Like, look, I don't have the same beliefs as him. I'm doing my job. The judge is like, yeah, I know you're doing a job. Yeah, I see it. But he says, yeah, I'm just doing a job. So anybody can reach out to me at my email address. I can't do anything else.
On his live just now, Melon, quote, he says his attorney stated he had them sniffing their own ass, and it was all good with him and BD. He wants jury trial because he is telling the truth. He just on his live.
Never heard anything like that being said. That is just, wow. Never heard that.
Nah, Carrie didn't even travel with him, I don't think.
That, an attorney would talk like that in a court.
Did your daughter just go to watch because of everything that was going on?
That absolutely had not happened. That's crazy. We all knew that Phil was going to come on, and I said it right when I got out of that court. Phil was going to come on and say how great his lawyer did and how much the judge had to trash this Grand Times attorney. You know what I mean? Like, and it was nothing like that. But of course, we knew Phil was going to say that. But it certainly wasn't that way at all.
So,
your daughter's her best friend. Okay.
Car video today. He spun.
I gotcha.
QAnon because the whole thing is there's Q and there's Anon. There's not a QAnon. So he spun this as he doesn't know what you're.
Let me jump ahead.
Most of his testimony was basically broken down.
The importance of what she's doing by actually.
Okay, I get it. A bunch of people saw it on Erica's channel. We just don't support those channels because clearly they don't support me. But I understand. Awesome.
Truly understand the extent of how much they've been manipulated by Phil. So not only, is this really good for her to be able to move on and, get this behind her and just, move on, with her life. But it also is so important.
Phil's lawyer's train wreck for sure.
Express the truth because the people that, that still follow.
Yeah, you can send me an email if you want to.
They're going to come across
coldbeerconfess@gmail.com.
Think things. And, there's so many people that are going to be saved from being sucked in and manipulated, by Phil, whether it's just, mentally or financially or both, spiritually, of course. But it's not even just herself that she's helping. So
there it is.
It's such a huge deal that she's able to do this. And I don't know if she understands, how incredibly, effective and how important it is that she actually had, the courage to be able to stand up to him like that because it's helping her and just so many other people.
I agree.
I think so. If he loses this case,
the one thing
I do think it'll be a big fucking deal about like he'll probably lose a lot of following. It's going to take a long time, right? He's probably accurate about like it taking like the rest of this year, maybe even longer. It'll probably take a little time if it goes all the way out and the judge just doesn't throw it out. There will still be people. It's like he's going to come out and say, well, the court system. Well, I thought we had it cleaned up, but they must be deep state cabal. Blah 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 blah. Sure, that'll probably happen. But he'll probably lose some people from it. It's just going to take a long time. But at least it puts another blemish on his record, right? Anything that could do that's good.
Sociopath. But what I can't figure out is he just in this so deep that he can't turn back? Or is he such a narcissist that he really believes he can win? Because it's like the comment.
I don't think Eric has ever said anything bad about me, and I've never said anything bad about her. She just watches everybody else do it, right? But yeah, I ain't got no issue with her.
Posted earlier.
Watch it all you want, I guess.
He's his biggest con. I think he's conned himself.
It ain't nothing to me, but I'm not gonna go watch it.
I truly believe his world will eventually come, tumbling down. I just believe it's a matter of time.
No.
Go way beyond this lawsuit.
If he loses in a civil case, he's not going to have to register as a sex offender. Somebody have to come after him criminally.
I'm so sorry that and I'm from Pennsylvania, and I truly believe the system failed BD, and I'm so sorry that it did. And I watched it firsthand fail another family in Pennsylvania that I knew very well. So kudos to her. She's
Attorney Hinton. But as far as like his like the judges, like, because I was looking at that, of course, I'm listening to Phil's lies and looking at the judge, wondering if he's going to raise his eyebrows or if he's going to shake his head in disgust, you know what I mean? And I think the judge did a good job at just trying to hear the sides and trying to, take in the information.
Good deal.
He probably, doesn't, I think judges probably want to not look like they're one-sided. So that just might be a thing that's just done so it doesn't give the indication that they're on one side or the other, and they're just they're just trying to go by the rule of law. But in no doubt, for any reasonable-minded person, do I think that the judge isn't disgusted by Phil's behavior and his answers. That's what I believe. But yeah, I really think that the judge, he did a good job on just listening and not making it appear that he's one-sided or the other.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I was
so you guys can check that out. Apparently it's on Erica's channel. Apparently it's on it's not my content. I'm not just gonna sit here and play the whole video. That's what they do when they clip me out of shit. But that's it from Melon. It seems to be on the info channel I'm banned from. Probably Erica's channel I'm banned from. And I don't know. Erica's channel is impossible to find on Rumble unless she's live. I think that's the only time she has her channel up, because she's afraid Phil will try to take it down or strike it or something, which honestly he kind of has a right to, because the vast majority of her live streams are just him with a filter on. Like she doesn't talk, she doesn't break it down or whatever, and that's the way she does content, which is fine. She makes clips from it. She makes some good clips. I shared some on the Ethan Ralph show, but you can't just throw a filter on someone's video and restream it. Like if she leaves it up, he can strike it, and he has a valid reason to. So you can't find her Rumble channel unless she's live. That's when you can find it. Jesus Christ. Amazon, Mogu, men's, let's see, men's plaid 3-piece suit. Okay. Amazon.com, Mogu, men's 3-piece plaid suit. Oh, no. Oh, no. It already looks bad, Phil. It already looks bad. Slim fit, window pane. Oh, no, Phil. Oh, no, Phil. Oh, no. Oh, God. Why didn't you dress up like your 1920s character or whatever you had? What was that shit going on? Oh, no. There he is. Oh, no, that's just some other guy. I thought that was, oh, God. No, that's some other guy. No, he's with his kids. I thought this might be him because that could be the victim. This could be a photo from 2010, but no, it's not. That's someone else. Wow. Looking good. I wonder if I want to check something. I wonder if my Facebook group, the debunking crew, got a hold of it. Chip's newest manifesto. Greg Locke fires back at Linwood. Uh-oh, what's this? Look, folks, Linwood is a liar. I looked at all the garbage he said here on Telegram. Utter foolishness. I have never contacted him over a legal matter with CNN. I contacted him because he was calling me a globalist and a sellout. He says he never said anything about me, and yet I have all the messages that prove otherwise. If you don't like that I called him the drunk uncle of the Patriot movement, then unfollow me. I don't care. Linwood is dangerous. He is a pathological liar on many fronts. He can act all spiritual and innocent. He had me deceived in the early days. Acts like he doesn't know a thing about me. He personally invited me and my wife to his plantation in Georgia. Apparently he does that all the time. I think he likes to swing or something. He's either, or maybe not even swing. Maybe sometimes he bats left-handed, if you know what I mean. He personally invited me and my wife to his plantation in Georgia. He's either full of dementia or deception. He has single-handedly caused more division amongst conservatives than any 10 other people combined. Ask anyone who has been connected with him for any length of time. I'll be plain. Linwood is a lying lawyer. And for the record, Trump has zero to do with him for good reason. Damn, Greg Locke coming out swinging. That's over on the debunking crew on Facebook. Jesus Christ. Will Sommer, it's real. Trust the plan. Coming February 24th. I'm gonna buy Will Sommer's book. I know he's like a liberal lawyer, whatever, or not a lawyer, liberal journalist or whatever. But he has done good at covering a lot of this stuff. There's a post they shared of Phil #GoTime. Okay. MAGA girl on Twitter. Judge said no. Hinton bought the 500. Okay, hold on. This is something from Twitter from MAGA girl. It says, here is the part I will post from court yesterday. Pedophile, you lied your ass off. Drinking all that water absolutely means you lie. We had people there that watched it all, and you do lying to your followers, which You had not one person there for you at all. So here's the post. I'm going to read them. First thing, Limp Dick asked the judge to say something. Judge said no. Hinton brought the 500 text messages. It was many more than that. It's like 1,500. 1,300 the first time. Then after the official forensic audit, and it was also like 20-some days later, there was over 1,500. BD's phone and Limp Dick's lawyer claimed he didn't receive them. Hinton gave him copies. Limp Dick's lawyer had no laptop and not much in paperwork that I saw. Hinton had reams and reams of paperwork, an assistant with a laptop and his laptop. There were 9 people observing. Hinton's wife, Chris Kelly, a reporter from the Scranton Times, BD, her mom, 2 of her friends, Mellon, myself, and a tech expert who had to sit outside the courtroom until called to testify because he can't be biased, right? So he has to be secluded from the courtroom. Mellon, myself, and the tech expert who had to sit outside the courtroom until called to testify. No one was there to support Limp Dick. BD on stand first. She answered every question about their relationship and brought the earrings he bought her, which he denied he bought on the stand. She did awesome under cross-examination. Didn't let Coleman trip her up. Can't get tripped up when telling the truth. Then BD's mom, who also did an amazing job. Next was Limp Dick. Hinton was asking him questions about his texts that he claimed he deleted for privacy reasons. He claimed so he told him he didn't have any text messages. Then he claimed he deleted them for privacy reasons. But he forgot about a text he screenshot when asked why he didn't turn it over.
Absolutely positive that no one that I'm aware of.
Joe Mincha, thank you for the donation.
Any complaint, a formal complaint made by or a complaint by Tara Reid against me at the time this allegedly happened 27 years ago, or until I announced for I guess it was in April or May of this year. I know of no.
Just when you think it's going to stop. But he forgot about a text he screenshot. When asked why he didn't turn it over, being it was an electronic piece of evidence, he talked up a BS storm. The judge interjected and said this was electronic evidence. At the end, he was asked about a text that he answered his way into a corner, which ended up bringing in the text expert witness for the Scranton Times. Limp Dick was not happy when he left the stand, physically angry. The tech took the stand and explained the chains of evidence of BD's cell phone and extraction of her evidence in her presence. From what I understand, Limp Dick has to present his cell phone and laptop. Yeah, he does eventually, just not right now. So that was a pretty good one. That was from MAGA Girl over on Twitter. MAGA Girl VI. MAGA Girl VI on Twitter. At Lynn VL7. What else do we have? Let's go back to the Facebook page. Wow, she hates video. Wow, she really hates video and makes my hate look like more of a disdain. She's ruthless. It's the first time I've seen my eye tattoo with anyone who has MAGA in their title. Oh, anybody coming against Phil has MAGA in their title. Yeah, she's not a fan of Phil. She likes a lot of my posts and Austin's posts. I'll follow her on Twitter. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, no, that's something else. That's about the death count. Who posted this? It's always been about the truth. Oh, God. Untruther, Phildo being Phildo. What is this? This is a YouTube link. Oh, somebody just uploaded his video, I think.
I just want to, and it's quite, it just goes to show down. I'm the captain now.
Yeah, that's just an upload of his video, but thanks for uploading that to the group. I appreciate it. Some of Austin's stuff. Feels riveting live tonight from the couch, making false promises on his intel. It looks like he fell asleep, damn it. Oh, here's another one. MAGA Girl on Twitter. There's a bunch of these. Maybe I should just open her fucking Twitter page. The rest, he lied about everything he said in his video. Pedophile, you're such a piece of shit. Winking at BD was disgusting. You piece of shit. Karma coming to you just a matter. Oh, he winked at her? Let's see. At the end, he was asked about a text that he answered. He cornered himself, blah, blah, blah. Cell phone in her presence. Oh, these is phone and laptop. He has to turn in his phone and laptop within 10 days. I left before time decision was made. God bless BD for doing what she is doing. I admire her for her honesty and for standing up. That was, again, from MAGA Girl's Twitter. Sweet. Looks like the lady knows you all too well. She is calling you out as a fraud. What's this one? Would you want to do business? Would you want to do business with this person? Beware. Do not fall for this scam. He doesn't know shit about websites. He's a fraud scammer and a fado. Read the fine print. If you don't have money to invest, don't waste his time. Does that sound professional? Fuck no. Another one of his scams. Fado, fraud, liar, Phil. Give it up. Phil is a fraud, liar, fado, and scammer. She's spelling pedo with PH is the reason I'm saying it like that. What a fucking joke you are. He tried to start a social media marketing agency. I used to do that. Is he trying to start a marketing agent? Hold on. Is that on Facebook? I used to do social media marketing, and we all know Phil can't fucking market for shit. But a lot of influencers who can't do shit start a marketing agency because they think they got the numbers, so people will think, well, you made it, I have to make it somehow. But they don't know that he just did his hopium shit for it. Phil Godlewski, social media marketing. No way. Is that real? Social media marketing education? No. It should be it's a page, right? Godlewski Agency. Hold on. There it is, Godlewski Agency. I'm a successful top-rated seller. This is from 16 hours ago. Hey, man, are you looking for a skilled, hardworking, experienced marketing manager to promote your podcast, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, SoundCloud, website traffic, LinkedIn, Twitter, etc.? My name is Philip Godlewski. I'm a professional digital marketer and podcast promotion and manager. I have over 6 years experience in podcast promotion, all forms of social media. Make your podcast popular and get sponsorship guaranteed to increase business income. Very instant and fast results from millions of pre-built listeners and followers from different categories. How do we promote? In our database of social media networks, reaching a large audience with email marketing, website, Telegram, TikTok, and like platform channels. This doesn't seem like Phil. This might be somebody just using his name. Forums, groups, partnerships, collaborations, blog posts, all new social media platforms, and press releases. No, if you're not ready to pay financially, I will ask you not to waste my time. Contact me at Godlewski with 2 I's, Philip. This isn't him. This is somebody using his name. This is just somebody using his name and some of his shit. Okay. They did tie his locals channel into it, though. But that's not his email. Godlewski Philip is not. But they're sharing his locals channel, I guess, maybe for the numbers. Maybe for the numbers he's got. I don't know. But that's not him. About category Godlewski, Phil Godlewski locals, rating, page transparency. It was created yesterday. The page does not have any other admins. Additional admins have permission to post content. This page is currently running ads. He's a con man. This guy makes millions off his podcast. Follow his likes. So there's usually a transparency page where it tells you what country they're from. Created on February 6, 2023. Social media marketing agency. Page information for Godlewski agent. Facebook is showing information to help you better understand the purpose. It used to tell you what country they were from. Let's see what ads they're running currently. This one, that's the one with him in the car. I'm a successful top-rated seller with 7 years of social media experience, SMM manager. He started running it on February 7th, the day after it was created. See ad details. At Godlewski Agency, 23 followers, social media agency, see ads. That's the only ad, but let's see the ad details again. Hold on. 16 people have liked it. How many people has it been shown to? They've changed this since I used to use it. You used to be able to tell what fucking country they were from and other things. Mentions. No mentions. Reviews. Horrible views. This man is a true leader.
From Valerie Weiss Smith. He's a con man for sure.
This guy makes millions. Griffin his podcast. Got it. Followers. I want to see why they posted this twice. Is one of them the wrong size or the wrong email address or something? Godlewski, Philip, photos, more. Yeah, I don't think that's his. If I had to guess, I would guess right now. No, it's not his. All right, back to the thing. This is all from Maggie Girl, by the way. I don't think that's his though. Oh, pedophile, you're looking more crazy. You're already a Trump would never hear from you or especially work with your criminal background. Oh, you didn't have any security with you at court that you say always have you, that you say you always have. You are a low-life scumbag. So Trump apparently said something that they got Godlewski off from Gematria, 9/11 maybe, and he's like, they said Trump is calling for you again. He said, I know, he's calling for me. Oh God, I hate this guy. Was his mother even? Oh, somebody clipped this up. What is? Oh, this is from Truth or Roast. I think he might be in here.
Who here is perfect?
This is the video we're gonna watch in a minute, so I don't want to check out those clips, but we will watch in a minute.
That's the post we just read.
That's the social media post.
That's an interesting dick mounted upon his head.
Oh, they will remember you as a low-life scumbag, you lying piece of shit, fraud, scammers, and cons. You piece of shit. Lot of hate here. What's this say? Bingo. In Phil's story, the boy's roommate stayed in the secret organization, the CIA, for family reasons. Think, people, he was a plant by the Kennedys in the CIA. If you study the history of the operation, it goes back to JFK. This didn't come together in 2016. Phil's story was pretty clear if you know what to look for. Lisa is 100% right. Phil's hand down the best truther. He at least explains things, not letting us feel oh, he forgot to sign out of his fake account. Damn it. Look at this. Phil forgot to sign into his fake account. So someone said, bingo, and Phil's story, blah, blah, blah. So Phil Godlewski 2.0 post. Phil hands down the best truth, or he at least explains things to us, not letting us feel stupid. He does this all the time. He's got so many accounts, I guess he doesn't pay attention to which one he signed into. Let's see what this clip is.
Have I ever been on a plane with ECW? Yes. Many planes.
Many planes with Ezra Cohen Watnick.
Countless.
Countless planes. Hundreds. He literally just said countless, then counted to a number.
For those of you that don't know, I'm suing a major media publication around me. It's called the Scranton Times LP. And they said some nasty stuff about me, defamatory and slanderous things about me.
Oh, sorry.
In a publication in early 2021, one has the opportunity to sue, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So Monday they want me to go to clarify. I guess the defense.
Is your name Nana Kim or Nana KLM? Let's see here. Let's go back to Phil's page. Let me go find it first. He said it was a backup costume from New York, so not appropriate for court. Oh, no. He said he admitted it was a backup costume? Oh, God. He shared a bunch of the... What the fuck is... Oh, that's a forward. Presidential of the PED actions. Fake rocket. Here's this rocket's fake.
SpaceX. Here, I call this the Tupac rocket. Here it is. And this one went up and the top half of the rocket disappeared. And if you look at this, it goes off, there's a bunch of smoke blown out of the ground. And then this thing is going up, and this little flame is lifting up this, 100 tons.
No, a flame does not lift up anything. Have you never seen stuff that fucking lifts off from air pressure? A flame's not lifting up anything. Like I can fill a tank with air with a quick ball valve and a small pop, fill it up to 100 psi, turn the ball valve open, and you won't see any flame. You'll just see some dust, maybe if it's a dusty area, and it'll take off.
Of weight, right? Where's the thrust? But this one,
the thrust is still moving all the dust.
a little glitch, and all of a sudden you'll see the top half of the rocket will disappear. Okay. And after we saw this, I think it was after we saw this one, we were looking at some, I think, Google Earth pictures of NASA's.
That's clearly edited, first of all.
And we found these weird spotlights, and
it's not even edited well. It's some type of interpolation or something, but that is not even done well.
It was either a name or a serial number or something, and we Googled it, and we found out it's from a holographic projection company.
Oh, okay. That makes perfect sense. They forgot their projection. Good job, Flat Earth Dave. He's such an idiot. Forwarded from Ireland. Okay. Another rocket hits the waters of the firmament. Speedboat in the sky.
Смотри, в этом доме тоже свет погас.
Skimming the waters above is what Phil said. If that's what you think that is, I feel sorry for you. These people are so fucking dumb. I want to read this post for sure. Ready? I live down here in Florida. When that rocket goes up, I've never seen one disappear. Yeah, I've watched. I used to be a real rocket nerd. Like when I was young, I had model rockets and these rockets and built my own like model rockets and my own model rocket engines with the solid fuel you make out of like fucking sugar and fertilizer, and like I was a big nerd. I like launches and shit. All right. So this is forwarded from someone named Norma Callahan, which is probably Phil Godlewski. But it says, "Hi, David. I only trust God 100%. All the research I do about what is happening, it's just data points to be used like rabbit tracks to try to weave together so I can warn others. This involves all resources in and outside of the truthers movement." Oh, thank God. We cannot invest too much in what these people say. I listen and notate and keep my head on a swivel. It's no gospel. Phil uses clandestine methods to give his information. On April 20th, 2021, live, he tells this long story about the boy. It's really about Phil. If you haven't seen that, please do. I suggest you watch the movie Snowden. Now, Phil shared this as if he's signing off on it as this is correct, okay? I suggest you watch the movie Snowden. Snowden is a persona, fiction, per Phil. In one of his rapid fires, Phil sheepishly admitted yes to the question posed, asking if he was in the movie Snowden. Towards the end, in the audience of the Snowden interview, was Phil, the guy in the hat sitting next to the woman. I watched and took a pic of it. He was quite young. I did not see Phil's name in the credits at the end of the movie, but this credit was Snowden. This is what I have woven. The story of the boy is a genius, and in high school was noticed by the CIA and was trained. During this time, he found his very best friend. He said, in the secret agencies, people are given new names. His, Mark Poole, after 9/11. He saw things by the CIA and he couldn't stay. He left the CIA and his best friend stayed in the CIA and has now gone up to the highest levels. Like with the President Trump, Phil went into the NSA. During the Obama White House term, while at NSA, He saw things going on against the U.S. citizens and wanted out. Problem: the secret agents are the secret agencies are a mafia. Once NSA, always NSA. And the only way to get out is to die. That's literally not true. There are 2 retired CIA agents that live near me. One of them actually retired from a different branch and worked at the CIA, and one of them worked at the CIA his whole career. And he lives in my hometown. Anyways, is the only way to get out is to die. His best friend helped Phil get out by creating the persona of Snowden, and actor was created to pretend to be Snowden to tell about U.S. citizens being spied upon, and the NSA was using this ability in an illegal manner. Then Snowden went to Russia, and then Putin got on TV telling all, saying Snowden had become a Russian citizen, wink, wink, and Phil went off to live in obscurity. Then his best friend came back to Phil, calling him into action to serve the U.S. again. His friend said, "You are the only one who can do this." Phil, being a coding genius. No, that's not what all his intel does. Remember, I asked him about coding questions. I asked him hacking questions. I asked him coding questions. I asked him general fucking computer knowledge. He said he doesn't do that stuff. He does internet, he does computer stuff that no one else does. And he's the only one that would understand it. I believed Phil created the software for the Q drops and started a group on Facebook, which has exploded. In Phil's last rant, the powers watching, Phil alluded to the fact that he would tell the world about what is going on and said, "You know, I have done this before," or something to that effect. Another data point. I asked someone who is Phil, who said, "Phil is a man of many faces and no explanations." Oh, wow. That was beautiful, Phil.
How long did it take Carrie to correct all your grammar?
Fucking idiot, dude. He shares a DOD Directive 5105.76. There was a change effective. It was effective in August 20th, 2023. Change 1 effective was in February 3rd, 2023. And it says, pursuant to the authority vested in the Secretary of Defense, SecDef, by Section 113 of Title 10 United States Code, USC, and the Presidential Transitions Act of 1963 as amended, published as a note under Section 102 of Title 3, USC, this issuance establishes policy for the transfer of authority from outgoing to incoming senior officials during the transition between presidential administrations or in the course of other personnel actions, including but not limited to reassignment, retirement, resignation. Establishes policy for the department for the departure and arrival of political and certain non-career appointees, including those presidentially appointed, Senate-confirmed PAS officials. Non-career senior executives, SES members, Schedule C appointees, and other officials appointed as experts or consultants to pursuant to Section 3109 of Title 5 USC, Section 129 129B of Title 10 USC, assigns responsibility of the administrative management and direction of transition activities pursuant to Executive Order 13727. Okay? So all this talks about is how we assign people, send people, change people that are in either career military or non-career military or non-career civilian when there's a presidential transfer at the time. When there's presidential transfer, we're even preparing for transfer. We just finished a transfer and the new president has to take all this does. This is all boilerplate. This is nothing. It's better than him being a man in a little girl's body. That could get weird. It already did once. There's where it says Trump is calling you again. So they share this picture. Let me just show you guys this. They share this picture. Fuck. Where'd it go? Okay, there it is. They share this picture that says Internet, Godlewski, green comment, green light, 9/11. It says Trump is again calling for you. And he says, I know. Then he shares a post from Denise Evans. Why does Phil have to lay down while doing his podcast? Seems inappropriate. Just sit up. He says, I want to address this comment. So yesterday, I sat through roughly a 4-hour hearing for my case against the Scranton Times. Man, could you guys imagine having to go to like a hearing or possibly a job that you have to be attentive for 4 hours? And then imagine sitting up afterwards, being able to hold your body in an upright position. I couldn't do it. What's the average U.S. workday is what, like fucking 30 minutes or something? Are you shitting me? He went for 4 hours to court. How many people work 8 hours a fucking day without laying down? After arriving home, I was drained, both mentally and physically. But I didn't get any time alone with the victim, so my balls weren't drained. I have contemplated postponing the live until tonight, Tuesday, but I didn't want people to be upset for the postponement, as I tend to do that more than most other broadcasters. He's talking about me talking shit about him canceling. He's trying to be on time now. Instead, and since I had to use my MacBook instead of my Mac, I chose to lay down on my living room couch. I was fully clothed, and I barely moved an inch for the entire 2.5-hour live stream. The comment above is exactly what I have been referencing for 2 years now. Regardless of what I do, there will always be someone who complains. Cancel the show, complains. Postpone the show, complains. Change the time of the show, complains. Schedule the show on Tuesday instead of Thursday, complains. Buffering, complaints. Internet down, complaints. Wear a jersey, complaints. Too inappropriate. Wear a hoodie, complaints. Too informal. Wear a suit, complaints. Too formal. Stand up during a live, complaints. Laying down during a live, complaints. Yeah, welcome to the fucking internet, bro. I don't think anybody's ever said that you were too informal in your hoodie. I like to make fun of your jerseys. You're a grown-ass man who has more jerseys than he's ever had sports teams. Many months ago, I decided to stop addressing all the complaints. Well, you obviously didn't, because the act of addressing them was futile. Since then, I just do me. You can watch or not watch. That choice is 100% yours. Always has been. Always will be. Thank you for making this comment. You just reaffirmed my choice to do me, since I cannot ever satisfy the majority, irregardless, not a word, of what I do. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was an irregardless from the man behind Mensa, the Harvard graduate, irregardless. God damn it. He then shares a picture of a cat in a hammock and says, from Guardian Monkey, I guess we have reached a stage where Phil's body position while doing a live stream has become a critical subject. I don't get this defensive shit. I don't get this defensive fucking bullshit. Like, this is crazy where they freak out like this because someone said it. He claimed earlier that he testified for an hour and a half. Keep taking money for broken websites. Complaints. Keep sleeping with 15-year-olds. Complaints. It's crazy. It's getting crazy out there, isn't it? Is critical subject for discussion, and some people are having adverse reaction to how he positioned himself on camera. Warning! Phil may start standing on his hands upside down to do a live next time. Please be advised and protect yourself in those situations. Perfect. Phil said his Mac. Phil said his Mac was $29,000. That's hard for me. Hold on. I can't dispute that right now. You have to give me just a second. Mac Pro. There are some that are that expensive. $20,000. I got you. There are some that are that expensive. So let me see what the highest package is. Mac is ridiculously expensive if you want them to deck it out. But if Phil was a tech guy, he could easily put another hard drive in it, put another stick of RAM in it. That's why I build PCs, right? Because I can put all my shit together. There are some that are that expensive and more expensive than that. So let me see. The Mac Pro starts at $7,000. I'm going to configure it. If you max it out to 2.5 gig, 28 core Intel Xeon W processor, that's plus $7,000. If you put, easily it could have been that much. If he spent that much, I've already got one right now that's $40,000. If I put 1.5 terabytes of, well, you probably wouldn't do that. You would probably put, let's say you put 48 gigs of memory in it. And then you want GDDR6 memory. And you probably want 16 gigs of that, at least, maybe even more. That's for 2 Radeon Pros. Hold on. This is for the video card. If he wanted a good video card, he would probably at least be here. And then by the time you max out, let's say you have 4 terabytes of storage because he does a lot of live streams. Throw in the Afterburner card for the better memory and a Magic Mouse and trackpad. I'm at $19,000. So I mean, I'm not saying Phil spent that much, but it's easy. Like I could make a $40,000 Mac Pro if I wanted to. On this website, probably a $60,000 Mac Pro on the website. Like Mac is ridiculously expensive, and literally, like if you bought, let's say you wanted the $20,000 model, you could buy the $6,000 model, put $1,000, maybe $2,000 in it, and have the $20,000 model. They just charge out the ass for beefing it up. So. And yes, you heard me correctly last night. I believe Scott Peterson is completely innocent of the murder of Lacey Peterson and her unborn child. In fact, I can prove it. Oh my God, now he's going into true crime. Just remember, a black man helped Jesus carry the cross for the crucifixion. Remember that for the next time the cabal tries to let racism divide us. Simon of Cyrene. They compelled a passerby who was coming from the country to carry his cross. It was Simon of Cyrene, the father of Alexander and Rufus. Oh, no. Extreme rate, and they did it in that gematria calculator. Just so y'all know, Phil told us about the spy balloon ahead of time. I saw this remote. In his Titanic video, and it looked like he was focusing on it at one point. I did a quick Google image search. I bought up Extreme Rate. It's a PlayStation controller. I did gematria and search for Extreme Rate, and looky, spy balloons just so happens to come up. He posted the video on 122, and the balloon was spotted on 128. So Phil's claiming he predicted the spy balloon because he found they found this controller, which is just a pink PlayStation controller. So. I don't know where they got the company Extreme Rate, but pink PlayStation 5 controller. I don't know why. Like Extreme Rate, I guess is a Extreme Rate controller is like a knockoff. I don't know what Extreme Rate is. Is it a company? Is it like the ones for Xbox that are made by that one Scuff? Extreme Rate controller. Oh, Extreme Rate is the fucking snap-on pink cover that goes over top of it. What a dumb bitch. It's like customization options for a controller. That's not even... Look. This is what Extreme Rate controllers are. So it's like the back panel switches you can put in. It's like different fucking mods you can make, change the buttons, line them up, Game Boy stuff. You can put like the scuff triggers on the back or rubberized grips. Programmable. Extreme Rate is not the controller, and I don't think Phil's has an Extreme Rate kit on it. What Phil's got is just the pink Xbox controller. The PlayStation 5 controller. It's just a DualSense pink controller. That's what he's got. But of course not. Phil is actually, it's an Extreme Rate controller, and I can't believe you guys didn't know it. Look at that. Look at that. And in Gematria, it says Chinese balloon. Go Vifi by Phil. Look at that. We should have known. We should have known. He was telling us something, guys. You're too dumb to figure it out. I dropped these clues, and this is his comment to it. I dropped these clues and hints. Has anybody ever called a PlayStation controller? We've got gamers in here. Has anybody ever in their fucking life called a PlayStation controller Extreme Rate controller? Ever. I have an Xbox Scuff controller, which is like a special, it's got like precision hair triggers you can adjust. It's got special buttons on the back of it. It's made by Scuff. Okay. Scuff Gaming. It was super expensive. It was back when I used to game, and I just call it the Xbox controller. No one calls that Extreme Rate controller. That's the dumbest thing. They were just looking for words that fit.
He says, I drop these clues and hints for you all the time, almost on a regular basis. Why?
Because my name must not ever be connected to direct intel reporting. But just wait until you find out who you've been talking to here. Give me just a minute. I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom. I can't take it. Phil's bullshit's getting to me. I'll be right back. Jesus Christ, did you miss me? I can't believe people are Googling shit like Extreme Rate controller. These got to be grannies. I've never heard anybody call a PlayStation 5 controller Extreme Rate, ever. Like I said, I don't even call my Scuff controller like Scuff Gaming controller. Then he says, bravo, Lady Liberty Lashes. You were the only one to even come close to unearthing this one. I have absolutely no intentions to watch the State of the Union address. I just wanted everyone to know, so they aren't asking me my opinion on anything. That was his last post. Let's go to his videos. This is so fucking dumb, dude. Rumble.com / If you haven't been watching our gaming channel, we've been having a lot of fun. We played again today. More people showed up today. I know it's not everybody's thing. I get it. But more people showed up today, and we've been having a lot of fun over there. If you're interested in seeing it, go check it out. I play on my Twitch, my YouTube. I even broadcasted to Facebook today. It didn't do great on Facebook. Might not broadcast it to Facebook tomorrow, but it'll definitely be on my Twitch. And the YouTube is Cold Beer Creations, not Cold Beer Confessional, not Cold Beer Condemned, not Cold Beer Clips. Cold Beer Creations. That's my that's like my gaming and hobby channel. It's got some cool videos on it. But you should come hang out with us tomorrow. If you go subscribe to that channel, you get a notification, or my Twitch stream, you'll get a notification. I posted in my Telegram, on my Facebook, and on my Twitter as well. You just have to check it out. Come join us. Me and Bullshifter have been playing. It's been really fun. We're really bad at it, but we've been getting a little bit better. If I could keep Bullshifter on task, that dude's fucking wild. The other day, he hit me in the back of the head with some of his shit he was carrying around. Cost me 3 hit points. Then I died. Imagine that. Oh, my God. Did you hear that? Bah! Jesus Christ. Oh, I just remembered I forgot to call my nephew back about the Ryan Upchurch thing. Probably should have done that. Okay, here we go. Here we are.
Hello. Hello.
So this is Phil after having to sit in a room for 4 hours. Could you imagine claiming that you had to sit on your ass in a room for 4 hours and now you're incapable of sitting any longer? You're done. You blew us up how many times? I haven't blown us up once. You're about to be demoted to the bench. That's right.
From my couch. Yes, my couch. I am on my couch. That is correct. I am on my couch. And,
how many times did he say couch?
hello from my couch. Yes, my couch. I am on my couch. That is correct. I am on my couch. And
Okay.
my new Mac, this one is like it's like a ridiculous computer, and it was a ton.
Oh, this is the laptop. I might have been looking. Hold on. This is a MacBook. Let's see how much. MacBooks are not as expensive as the Mac Pro. This is a MacBook Pro. Let me get. It's probably the M2. That's the newest one that's out. Let me go look. MacBook Pro. They're not nearly as expensive. Let me deck one of those out. If he says this one cost him $20K, he's probably wrong, but he might have decked it out. So let's see. Let's pick the biggest screen. Compare all models. So there's 3 different models. The biggest one is a $2,000 base price. Can I customize it? 16-inch space gray. All right, so there's one 3,500. What's in the box? 3,500, 16-inch. Damn, I thought they had it to where you could customize it. Hold on. MacBook Pro. The Mac Studio is something different. Mac Pro is different. Mac Mini is different. It's the MacBook Pro. M2 Max. We want the M2 chip for sure. Can you not customize the MacBook Pro or the MacBook Pro? Chat with a Mac specialist. What's in the box? It doesn't even say you can customize it. What is this? It just let me customize I thought you could customize all of them, which there's a lot less I understand there's a lot less you can do with a laptop to customize it. Only certain things will fit, but damn. It's at around $3,500 starting price. Let's see what he says.
Way more than any computer should ever cost. Maybe like in the 1970s, a computer should have cost this much, but not now, because it's just dumb. But I went with the best of the best for you guys. I'm going to rule out absolutely any single problem that we're ever going to have again due to any sort of computer malfunction or whatever. $4,000? No. I could have bought 5.
The most expensive MacBook Pro in 2021 would set you back $6,000. Most expensive MacBook Pro, $6,000. Apparently in 2019, that was for a Mac Pro. That's the desktop, though. That was $53,000 for the most expensive ones. You know, for the Mac Pro, which is a computer, it's not a laptop, right? It's a desktop PC. It's $400. $400 for the wheels that go on the bottom of the computer, so it doesn't sit on the ground and you can roll it around. It's a desktop computer. It's not made to fucking roll around. It's $400 for the wheels.
I could buy 5 $4,000 computers for what I paid for one.
5 $4,000 computers for what he paid for one. Not for the one that's on his lap. Definitely not.
Stupid.
I don't think you can get a $20,000 MacBook Pro.
Really stupid.
You can a desktop. The desktop is called the Mac Pro. MacBook, like laptop, you can't get one that much.
But you know what? I haven't updated my equipment in quite a while. I got some new microphones and new stuff coming in too. So, this is what I do for a living. Obviously, you guys know that. So it's important.
I've been preaching this again and again and again. Now that all your fans are leaving you, you suddenly want to improve the quality. I told Phil back in the day, I was like, why don't you have fucking alerts? Why don't you have a fucking overlay? Why don't you do something about your fucking audio? You don't even have a goddamn microphone. Like, and he's like, I don't need it, frankly. Okay.
Important to have the proper equipment and not run into all of these stupid problems time after time after time. So I went straight to the path of least resistance.
I just configured a MacBook Pro. Yeah, the laptop, there's no way it's getting to 20K, but he could be talking about the desktop. He said, I could buy five $4,000 computers for the price of one. And I think he bought both new, right? He's got a new MacBook and a new Mac Pro.
It's coming. No, it's not a Razer. It's a Mac. So yeah, it's on locals if it's a Razer.
Is it a Razer? That's funny.
It's a supercomputer.
Do you not get the joke, Phil? Is it a Razer? Do you not get the joke?
Yeah, it's got a lot of security. It's got a lot of things inside of it that I've been running into problems with in broadcasting to a huge amount of people. So hopefully it doesn't happen again. We are going to have a little downtime here before the computer arrives. So we're
it's okay. It's not coming.
In this format, I'll probably go.
So he is talking about the Mac Pro.
Excuse me. In the meantime, but for now, this is kind of how it's going to be. I do have some intel to drop tonight, so hopefully people didn't cut out of here because they saw the title.
Wouldn't doubt it.
Intel, but we'll get to that. We'll do that before we start part 3 of The Age of the Earth. Couple things I wanted to say today, and I'll be very brief because I put a very long 10-minute video on Telegram. Those of you that are following my Scranton Times case, the case in which I'm suing the Scranton Times, the journalist Chris Kelly, as well as the owners of the Scranton Times personally, I was asked to go testify today and clarify some things about discovery that the defense evidently had a hard time with. I went there, and it went very, very well. In my attorney's words, I had them sniffing their own ass. I don't know what that means, sniffing their own ass. I didn't see them sniffing their own ass.
I'm sure.
But it's possible because I'm looking at the whole time at them.
Your attorney's going to tell you whatever the fuck he wants to keep that money flowing in. It doesn't sound like you had a very good day, my man. It doesn't sound like it. All right, I'm starting a poll on Twitch. Should we kick Bullshiffer from the gaming channel? So vote however you truly feel. These are all anonymous. Vote however you want. That's up to you, okay? Whatever you think, vote what your heart tells you to vote. There you go. Starting the poll now. It's a 5-minute poll. If you're on Twitch, you're more than welcome to vote in the poll. I'd appreciate it. Here we go.
So the girl was there. She gave her testimony. She stuck to pretty much what was in her affidavit, which we anticipated her to do. And I think I hit them pretty hard. I said this in my video, and I'll end it after this.
Tons of different answers you can pick there.
You want to see when you're lying and I know the truth. You don't want to meet me, especially in a courtroom in front of a judge.
That's right. If you're lying, you don't want to meet me. 3 times you don't want to meet me. At your quinceañera, because you're just about the right age, in a courtroom, and we're both lying, or maybe I'm just lying, and if I'm the chaperone on your 8th grade end of the year trip, you don't want to meet me then.
Or what's coming next is a jury. And I could tell you that jury, when they hear my testimony and the Scranton Times testimony.
I don't know if you read all the answers, but I don't know why people are saying, oh, I voted, you got to keep him.
They are going to know who's telling the truth. And that is where the case is won and lost.
Okay.
So the attempt of the Scranton Times today to sanction me and make me pay $100,000 in penalties, as well as to get their case thrown out, has...
It's coming, buddy. It's coming.
Big time.
No, there's a no in there. It says no. The last selection starts with the word no. The poll is rigged. Get out of here.
And I always knew this was going to happen, guys, because I've been telling the truth the entire time. They're the ones that wrote an egregious,
Sure, he's been telling the truth the whole time.
aggressive, despicable lie about me, which has followed me around since that day. You guys see all the persecution that I take on a daily basis on my social media channels, and you followed it. You've been there. You've seen all of it, right?
In case you're not on Twitch, here's the poll. It says, should we kick Bullshiffer from the gaming channel? 1, yes, he is awful. 2, yes, he gets Will killed. 3, yes, please. 4, oh yeah. 5, no, kick him off tomorrow during the live stream. So there you go. To vote however you want. I'm not directing you to vote in any certain way, shape, or form. There you go.
And there will be vindication. Truth always wins. God always wins. Several of those people have a lot of hate in their heart, and God sees it. God sees it. God sees it.
Bull likes to pregame by the gaming stream by getting just high enough to where every time there's a cutscene, he's like, "Oh, did I tell you this story about the time I took a boat?" I'm trying to listen. But the boat. Did you hear about the boat? We was on a boat.
Doing all the time. And I tell you what, I was like, I know where they're at. I know.
Did that ancient elf just give you the information to save the whole game? Let me tell you about a bridge. You ever seen this bridge I drove across once? Okay, what is it? A bridge? Yeah, are you still in the cutscene? Yeah, I am. I'd like to. Oh, well, this bridge, it basically went over something. You know how some bridges go under something? This bridge went over something. Okay.
Where their head is at. It's there too.
Oh.
It's terrible. It's terrible to be there and be trapped there.
This morning on my way into the office, he described to me why he described his breakfast burrito as amazing. He sent me a message. He said, "I'm just finishing up this amazing breakfast burrito." And I said, "Okay." And he's like, "The reason I call it amazing is because it's got eggs and cheese." Or some shit. I was thinking, what the fuck is he doing? Oh, bomb ass. That's what he called it. Bomb ass burrito.
Why did the sheriff show up? The sheriff showed up. Not at my.
No sheriff showed up. That's bullshit. No sheriff showed up. No sheriff.
I know Judge Menorah had a case afterwards. Maybe that's what it was for. But
okay.
There was no sheriff.
You didn't tell us anything, Phil.
Intense at the sheriff. They are going to know who's telling the truth, and that is where the case is won and lost. So the attempt of the Scranton Times today to sanction me and make me pay $100,000 in penalties.
We're kicking him off live tomorrow. Be there.
As well as to get their case thrown out has failed. Big time. And I always knew this was...
Are you like a fucking 14-year-old cheerleader? Their attempt has failed. Big time. Bigtime. Big time. Bigtime. Big time. The fuck is that?
Guys, because I've been telling the truth the entire time. They're the ones that wrote an egregious, aggressive, despicable lie.
Hey, Phil, let me interrupt you for a second. Do you know anything about flour tortillas? They're pretty fucking awesome. I eat flour tortillas sometimes.
About me, which has followed me around since that day. You guys see all the persecution that I take on a daily basis on my social media channels. And you followed it. You've been there. You've seen all of it, right? And there will be vindication.
Vindication. I heard we read the post about him winking at the victim. If that's true, dude, I would have thrown him in contempt instantly.
instantly. If I'd have been the judge and saw that shit, no goddamn way.
Several of those people have a lot of hate in their heart, and God sees it. God sees it. God sees what you're doing all the time. And I tell you what, I was like that at one point. So, you know, I know where they're at. I know where their head is at because my head was there too. And it's terrible. It's terrible.
That's right.
To be there and be trapped there. Somebody just
I don't know if Phil's lawyer's an expert or not, but I have heard, now this is just rumor or conjecture, I cannot confirm nor deny this. I heard this from someone else who was completely anonymous, but Phil can actually tell when your 15-year-old daughter's in heat. So if he's anything like a dog, he knows about sniffing ass.
said, why did the sheriff show up? No sheriff showed up. Not at my
I shot the sheriff,
I didn't
but
see the
I
sheriff
did
there.
not shoot the deputy.
Judge Menorah had a case afterwards. Maybe that's what it was for. But there was no sheriff. Everything went. I mean, it was intense at times. I'm sure that the transcript of the hearing today is going to come out, and it'll be posted online, so you guys could read it word for word. It's a marathon of a read, though. I mean, it was a good 3-4 hours of testimony and legal, back and forth. So when the transcript comes out, you'll see word for word what happened today. But I stuck to the truth. I told the truth the entire time, and I don't have anything to hide. They're the one that told a lie about me, so all I got to do is tell the truth and let them prove their lie. Anyway, I know you guys don't want to hear too much about that.
But we do.
That may have wanted to hear that.
Okay.
If you want to hear a little bit in more detail what happened in the hearing today, all I could say was very positive. I walked out of there feeling like $1 million. Chris Kelly walked out of there and immediately lit a cigarette. You better keep smoking those. Oh, by the way, when I walked in, he said, "Hey, Mr. Snowden." First thing he said to me.
Yeah, because you're a joke. You're a fucking joke to the rest of the world. You have a few hundred, probably a few thousand grannies who rally around you and have given you money that you, by your own admission, know they can't afford to give to you. And the rest of the world knows you're a fucking joke, bro. The rest of the world is, you are Johnny fucking Gobbler trying to go down to the Dairy Queen with his old lady, take her someplace nice that has sit-down booths even. Because a booth just feels right sometimes. Nicest restaurant in Paintsville. At least the only one with booths. And people are literally at the courtroom or behind the counter gobbling at you. That's you, bro. You think that all this money is going to somehow bring you to the next level, and you're telling people like, you were nothing in elementary school. I was a genius. But the wealthy are going to laugh at you. The regular people are going to fucking laugh at you. You had to trick grandmas into buying silver, bro, by telling them you were Edward Snowden and worked for the CIA and NSA while you worked at Subway. No one thinks you're cool. You're an embarrassment. Your mom won't talk to you.
Raven walked in the courtroom. He was sitting outside. "Hey, Mr. Snowden." I looked out at him and I said, "Good morning, Chris." That's it.
So he made a joke and you told him hello. Got him. Got him! D's nuts!
That probably exploded. Oh, this is good. What's on the wall behind me? If you're talking about that picture right there, that's Babe Ruth. It's a signed Babe Ruth photo.
We know about his track record of pitch stuff hanging on the wall behind him.
Graded 9 by Beckett Grading Authority. It's my crown jewel of sports memorabilia. So that's that. If you want to hear a little bit more about the case, you can go to my Telegram channel. I uploaded about
Austin,
Can you do a Phil Godlewski as Pee Wee Herman talking to Chair? And he's like, hey, lazy Chair, what do we do when a 15-year-old approaches us? And then you Chair says, oh, we hate our penis or something like that.
A 10-minute video describing, thank you.
Oh, I don't know. We hate our penis.
That is a twill suit. It's made of wool, basically, but they called it twill back then. I bought that for the 1920s themed New Year's party that we had here, but I didn't wear it.
What fucking grown-ass man? Riddle me this. Riddle me this. What grown-ass man willingly, probably suggested throwing a couple's costume party, and not only has a primary, but a backup costume? Feels a fucking showgirl.
Or the olive green one instead. So I got a lot of compliments for that suit, both
I bet you did.
and online after I posted the pictures. And I appreciate all your comments.
Compliments.
And I guess I'm gonna have to buy more of those now because you guys like seeing me in suits. I mean, look at all these comments here. So
Hey, you pussies. Why don't you come bring it at me instead of everybody else?
That's right. God is on our
Dr.
side.
J. Banana
Hashtag
tipped
Team
$10.
Sunshine.
Chad likes the idea of another dweeb and tweet, ha. Just kidding.
Oh, I get it. I get it as a shot at me. I got you.
Subscribed for 8 months.
Let's see how we're going to play this clearly. Somebody's no longer the favorite. Ribeye donates 200 bits. Thank you very much for the biddies. Big old biddies.
cool. Dapper. Yeah, that's what I got.
Dapper.
My lapel. My lapel. Lapel, I said.
Were you thinking about the victim? What was on my lapel? I mean, my lap. I mean, my app. I mean, fuck. My lapel. What was on my lapel? About 15 to 20 is what I'd say. Something like that.
My lapel, it was a feather.
15 will get you 20.
A tie clip. I didn't need the tie clip because the vest inside the suit kind of kept the tie there. So I just took it out and I put it on my lapel. It was
on my lapel.
The feather matched my bow tie that I wore on New Year's Eve. So it kind of came as a set. But I didn't wear the bow tie today. I think I couldn't find it. I don't remember why I didn't wear it. I wish I did. Yeah, the feather was cool. Somebody said, Phil, you looked fantastic with a PH. Very good. Intel, please. All right, we get to some Intel. I know you guys are done.
Let's do it. Intel time. Intel me.
Only for supporters on locals.
Oh, you better.
Click that little button right there.
And tell me later.
Okay, that'll start a 6.
I need your suit. I need your size. I'm ordering us all suits. Oh, no.
Countdown for anyone that's
You'll never get my size. Extra long in the crotch, if you know what I mean.
not a subscriber on locals. You could go over to Rumble. Rumble's still free. You can go over to DLive.
That's you if you ever took over the internet as a giant virus that hacks out all the Tesla supercomputer human DNA. That's why your voice is magnified tenfold and kind of offset. That's you.
DLive is also still free. It was a Phil Twill, somebody just said on Rumble. That's funny. Really funny. Phil Twill. You just have my name to everything. It's great. Love you guys too. Thank you. Anyway, I promised that I'd have a bit of intel tonight. Well, I hoped that I'd have a bit of intel tonight, and I do. It might not be the intel that you're anticipating. It might not be a knockdown, blow your socks off kind of announcement. But I could tell you this: Donald Trump,
okay,
is going to have a major announcement.
Major. By the weekend.
And it's going to be a big one.
Huge. Big.
With that,
Bigly.
I don't know what the announcement is. All I was.
And then if he for some reason doesn't, then I'll just keep this as a valid intel for the next, I don't know, 3 years. And if any time he makes an announcement, I'll say, see how I told you guys he's going to have an announcement. Why don't you listen to me?
To tell you guys is President Trump will have a major announcement, and it's going to be big. That's all I know.
It must be huge.
What the announcement?
I hope it's an expansion pack to his trading card game. I got stuck with billionaire Trump, and I want former President Trump.
What the announcement?
Nobody will trade me.
And I got no response to that.
It's not. Intel is basically anything I make up, anything I predict, anything I find on the internet and read, any conspiracy I think about. Sometimes it's even true crime murder cases like Scott Peterson. Who knows?
Now, that's not because they forgot to respond. It's because they don't want to tell me, which is fine. You know, again, as I said before, I don't get every single bullet point, but we should expect an announcement by...
You get 0 bullet points.
To me, by the weekend means by the week's end, which would be Saturday. But who starts the week on a Sunday, even though they just try to do that to mess with our heads. So I would say probably by Sunday. I would imagine it would be over the weekend sometime.
Wait a second. By the weekend is either one of two things. They're either saying like before, so by the week's end, which would be Friday, or they're saying include the weekend, which is Saturday and Sunday. Who the fuck considers the weekend Saturday? What?
But there's going to be a big announcement coming. And
I need to open up the gematria calculator. I've got some gematria to decode here. Hold on. Lapple, please. Okay. Lapple means Olaheim, Kovifi, Jordan, Mason, Queen, Etheniel, Danielle, Natalie, Wright, Jay-Z, Tora, Georgia, Madonna, Solana, Got with 2 G's, Gloria, Dollar, Leslie, Vote, Think, Poland, Shot, Books, Fibonacci, Andreas, Happening, HABB. That's got to be trolls. Like, we make fun of Brad Barton for saying things are happening. It's getting close. They went in there and spelled happening with HABBE. That's got to be us doing that. Are we creating these? Because not every word pops up. These come up in the order they're most searched. Are we using the gematria calculator? Nobody told me. Happening. Ramona, Magdalene, Yahweh, Train, Kylie, Randy, General, Casper, Nicola, Under, Yup, Digital, Poop, P-O-O-P, Poop, Cardinal, Masakai, Action, Josiah, Terra, Jay-Z, Pause, Yaha, Black Magic, Lesbian, Blake. There you go. There's your gematria for tonight.
when I inquired about the topic of the announcement or the tone of the announcement, the only word that I got back was encouraging. So knowing that they were talking to me, encouraging to me doesn't mean, oh, well, the vice president or the candidate Donald Trump for president is picking a vice president. That's not what I mean. That's not encouraging. That pisses me off. You know. So in that context, I don't think that they would say encouraging, knowing that they're speaking to me and the information that I give you guys. So encouraging to me means something that we've been waiting for or looking for. What it is, I don't know. I wish I did. I don't know if I'd be allowed to tell you. I'm kind of glad I don't know. Hanging on in suspense is pretty cool, I guess. Sometimes I wish I didn't know as much as I do.
That's right.
It's a gift and a curse. So
we've got 566 watching. Good job, guys.
The Brunson case.
I never thought, like, I want to talk to people on Rumble. I never thought I'd have this many people watch me on Rumble. I don't know if y'all are hate watchers. I don't know if you're watching it and hoping that I'm wrong and cheering Phil on. If you're watching it because you think my OnlyFans, you'll get a discount on it if you subscribe to me on Rumble. I don't know where the fuck you all came from, but thank you for being here. Like, Rumble is now matching all my other platforms combined, and I have no idea where. I know I'm not as big as fucking Phil or Dan Scavino or whatever, but at least you get a little bit of honesty, even if it is rough around the edges. But I don't know where the fuck you all came from, so thank you for showing up, Rumble.
Has been redesignated for for the Supreme Court docket, and that'll happen on 2/17 of all dates. And we know that there's some key dates that are being thrown out there in March. And I know that most recently Donald Trump mentioned April Fool's Day. So
why are we're already moved to April? You said it would all happen in January. After you said it all would happen in December. After you said it had to happen in November, and there was no way it could go past October. That's weird.
I truly believe that by the end of the first quarter of 2023, we're going to know a lot more publicly than we know now.
Yes, my OnlyFans is just feet photos and me rubbing my titanium legs together trying to start a fire.
And I think
that's true. Richard Citizen Journalist is River Phoenix.
About damn time for that. So I know Karen over here said that's a real name. I'm not calling her Karen.
You know, I mean, these people online that do the transgender stuff, every podcaster, everybody that appears on the internet, everybody does Intel, every truther is like, they go too far a lot of times, like crazy stuff. One of them even took a shot at like my dead mother. Like, these people are fucking crazy. But I could see Phil is very, very effeminate. He has a very weak jawline. I don't think he can grow in full facial hair. He likes to dance and do duck lips. Like, Phil is very, very, very ladylike. It kind of makes me want to buy him dinner first. Maybe that's why he gets along so well with, I don't know, 14 to 16-year-old girls, but he is very ladylike. It's strange. Very strange.
Posts just keep moving. I know, guys. I know it's past time. I know it's incredibly past time. I know. And I got very angry, which I never do, earlier this week when I did a little Telegram rant. And
oh, yeah.
Things seem to be received well due to that rant.
Yeah, somebody took a shot at my mom when I posted the photo of her, obviously older in age. It was actually a photo the day she got her dog, which my dad still has the dog. He says it's the last piece he's got, like, of my mom running around, still in the house because, you know, all of us are moved out. And the day she got her dog, she smiled and held the dog. They took a shot at my mom saying that she had a fucking Adam's apple and that Mariah was a dude and I was a lady and apparently my mom was a dude. I don't know. It was fucked up.
You know, it's not like I got caught up.
And someone who literally said, like, I appreciate Will's show. You know, he points out this and that, but they were right. Like, all these people are transgenders.
Like that. But it seemed like it was
some fucking, like, 90-year-old lady from Indiana. I thought about driving up there and asking her about it.
Very soon, and everything is just going to be in front of us. From Durham to the Supreme Court to the mass arrest to the EBS to the election fraud to everything. It's literally just all going to be going down all at the same time, right in front of our face, and we're not going to know where to go other than my channel. And guess what? When that day does come, I will be live the entire day.
If you're hate watching, put a 1 in the chat. That would be very helpful. If you're hate watching me on Rumble, put a 1 in the live chat. Thank you.
All day. Perhaps that's why I just got a crazy expensive computer.
Perhaps.
And we're not going to know where to go other than my channel. And guess what? When that day does come, I will be live the entire day. All day. Perhaps that's why I just got a crazy expensive computer.
There you go. That makes sense.
What I know is coming next. I'll be dancing. Yeah, somebody just asked you to be dancing. Yeah, I'll be dancing. If we have internet, somebody just said, I'll have internet. Don't you worry about that. Sometimes I struggle to get internet when everyone else has. Whoa, just unplug my laptop. That would be disastrous.
Oh, no. What happened to Bullshiffer? Where'd he go? Oh, no. What happened?
Sometimes I struggle to get internet when everybody else has internet, but when everyone doesn't have internet, I will have internet. Fancy dancing. Somebody put fancy with a PH. Pretty cool. While I lay on the couch. You know, I was in the suit all day, rubbed my neck. I'm not used to wearing the collared shirt. And I had to sit in a very uncomfortable chair while on the witness stand. So I just wanted to, and wool is itchy. Yeah, somebody just said to it. It's right chair. I just kind of wanted to chill. The majority of the rest of this live is going to be on the Age of the Earth. So we're going to be listening to Kent Hovind. So me being in a...
Kent Hovind.
Kent Hovind. That's who we're going to be listening to. Kent Hovind.
He's my sweet potato.
Imagine a more disgusting angle. You know that a 15-year-old girl saw this same angle, except it was like this.
I wore this on Thanksgiving when Carrie and her girls were here, and Carrie's shirt says,
Oh, which one of the girls was your sweet potato?
I am. Yam. Get it? Why? Yam. That's cool, right? Carrie picked them out. She's great at that stuff. So it's kind of...
He's a woman. Oh, Carrie's great at that stuff. She buys me little shirts that says like, I'm with stupid. And then my shirt says, I'm stupid. What is wrong with you? You won't catch me dead in a couple shirts. Like, I know Mariah would love it. She's probably planned them all out in her head. Matching sweaters. She's asked me probably for fucking 10 years in a row to buy matching pajamas so we could have Christmas photos. You won't catch me dead. Like, if I knew that Mariah secretly bought the clothing that I wear and was going to wear them that day, I would go buy more clothing if I had time, or just take my clothing off before she could show up and stick it to me. No goddamn way.
It's a very comfortable shirt. That's why I put it on today. Believe it or not, it's probably one of the most comfortable shirts that I have. And after being in that wool twill...
Plus, you're shaped like a sweet potato, kind of.
1920s Gatsby get up. I just wanted to, like, chill. I am wearing pants. Yep. Not pants. I'm wearing shorts. I have on full clothing is what I mean. I don't know why someone would ask that. I am wearing pants. Yep. Not pants. I'm wearing shorts, but I have on full clothing is what I mean. I don't know why someone would ask that. Good question. If I have internet and you don't, how will you connect to me? I already got that covered.
There you go. If Phil has internet and you don't have internet, how do you connect to Phil? He's got it covered. There is no possible way that Phil could connect to you if you don't have internet. The fuck are you talking about?
Just make sure you follow my instructions clearly in the days preceding the big event, and you'll be fine. Thank you for wearing pants. You're welcome, Nana. What's her name, Nana? Isn't said, you are Carrie's sweet filato. Filtato. Filtato. I get it. Potato, filtato. That's great.
Filtato. It's corn. It's corn. Why are so many people using the sounds tonight? Fucking dickheads. Call me Big Papa. Betsmo with a subscription. Thank you very much. You are Carrie's Filtato. Oh, I get it. Tato, like Lapple. I mean LaBelle.
I don't know if I want to be called a potato or a filtato, because that would reference that I'm like Wong shape, and I'm not. I lost a lot of weight, and I want credit for that. I want a lot of credit.
He's a woman! Oh my God, he's a woman. He's a woman. I'm fat. I'm bald. I shave my head. I probably smell. I like to stick my dick in things I probably shouldn't. I don't want to be addressed like that, because I've got this hourglass thing going on now, and I really wanted people to know I've slimmed down. And when we're wearing our matching shirts, I make sure that Carrie buys an exact form-fitting size, because I don't want all this to go to waste.
Carrie just said, "Not." Yeah, that must be Carrie. She said, "Yes." She's gonna call me Phil Tate.
Why would you say Carrie just said, oh, that must be Carrie? Is it Carrie's fucking username, bro? Who else could it be?
Carrie just said, "Yeah, that must be Carrie." She said, "Yes." She's gonna call me Phil Cato, and we're not gonna get married.
I don't know if he tapes it up. He definitely tucks it and looks at himself in the mirror, just to imagine what if.
Let me tell you something.
I hate you. I hate you, dirty little smelly thing. I can't wait to get rid of it. I hate my penis.
Carrie is a precious human being. She's loved.
Oh, we almost did a hop train. Crazies.
She's a great mother. She's a great daughter. She's a great sister. She's a great friend. And she's an absolutely perfect soulmate for me. And Carrie went through some trials and tribulations in her life, as did I.
Oh, you mean third time's a charm? You mean third time's a charm? Yeah, she did.
And I think it all led us to where we are today. And I could honestly...
To be fair, she went through half a basketball team. If that's what we're calling trials and tribulations, she went through more than half of a basketball team.
Say without any doubt in my heart or my mind that Carrie and I will be together until our dying day.
That sounds like a threat. That sounds like a threat, okay? You probably said the same thing to Dory, okay? And the 15-year. That sounds like a threat. Ain't nobody fucking want to be around you when you ain't got money.
No doubt about it. No doubt.
I am guessing he says he discovered 7K through an iPad while he was in prison. And he said he just happened to get lucky and get the iPad. He got lucky, all right. Imagine the sexual favors this motherfucker performed to get an iPad in jail. He damn sure ain't fighting nobody.
I love you, babe. All right, now that I got everybody teary-eyed.
Wait a second. We already know that, according to his own testimony today, if he had this sexual relationship with that female as an adult, he was cheating on Carrie. But if the timelines add up just right, I mean, he was cheating on Dory, but if the timelines add up just right, then he was cheating on Carrie too, right? When was he with Carrie when he invited the girl to Oklahoma? A hop train is close. I don't know what that means, but thank you.
Screen here a little bit. For
That's Phil's voice.
600.
Phil's third wife cheered 600 bits. That's Phil's voice going, me, man.
When it comes to screen sharing than the Mac is. So just give me about 2 minutes if you want to go pee or get a drink or whatever you want to do. You can do that.
What's he been doing to his face? Did you guys notice how red his face was right there? Like, what's going on here? Mushroom stamp? That's trademarked. Me Hammer Militia's got that shit trademarked. Mushroom stamps. That's part of our licensing deal.
All right, now that I got everybody teary-eyed, including Carrie and myself, let me fix the screen here a little.
He's a woman. He just said he got himself teary-eyed from saying, love you, babe. I say it like I'm mad at my own teeth because I have to in response. What is wrong with you, dude? What is wrong with you?
A little bit. For
He doesn't have no... You've heard of low T? This motherfucker's no T. He's got no testosterone. What the fuck are you doing? You trying to get some fucking birthing hips?
Dr. Penthoven. All right, it's going to take me a second because
supple bosoms.
Is insanely different when it comes to screen sharing than the Mac is.
He doesn't cry after sex. He cries during sex while his victim squirms to get away.
So just give me about 2 minutes if you want to go pee or get a drink or whatever you want.
He's never had a sexual partner, only victims, and they're adding up. Oh.
Dr. Hovind taught science for 15 years. Then he got his PhD in education. He's always had a love for teaching. But one thing that he's discovered is that...
You know who that is? Right there. That's early Greg Locke. I mean, before his ear reduction surgery. That's Greg Locke right there.
In many of the science textbooks across America today, there are some fallacies, some false information being presented. Why is this information in the science textbooks?
Okay, like somebody just said something, and they said his face looks like a foot. I want to show you something. And I've thought this for the longest time, and I've never said anything. So let me just prepare something for you. So I'm going to take a screenshot of his face, and then I want to open it in. Now, you have to give me a second. MS Paint. And this is 100% a screenshot of his face, and I'm gonna do something to it, and I'm gonna show it to you. But you have to give me a minute to do it, okay? Now, let me see here. Hold on. All right, I need to let's see. I want to zoom in over here. Okay, you have to give me a minute. I'm not great with this, but I am going to grab it. So I want to. I've thought this for a long time, and I don't want anybody to get mad at me. Just give me a minute to get it done. Okay, just hold on. We'll get it there. Edit. Cut. Add new layer. Hold on just a second. I'm getting there. Okay, and then in that, I want to do add new layer, and then I'm going to do a. I'm not real good with Photoshop, but I'm working with it. Now, you tell me this isn't pretty fucking dead on accurate, okay? Okay, add a new layer. Then I want to do this. I want to go boom. Hold on. Hold on. Thank you very much for the yeet. I appreciate it. So much. You guys don't even know how much. I appreciate that. It's a hell of a yeet. All right, there, then that, then boom. Boom. All right, Control Z. Right there. Then I want to take, let me see. I want to take something else. What do I want to do? I want to take this and black color palette because I want to go. I need to stay inside that line, right? Yes. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. I'm working on something. I promise it's worth it. Just have to give me a minute. I'm not super quick with this.
Ever has been made aware.
There's chat. Biden Mincha.
A formal complaint made by or a complaint by Tara Reid against me at the time this allegedly happened 27 years ago, or until I announced for well, I guess it was in April or May of this year. I know of no one who's aware that any complaint was made.
Underwear over there? Who's aware? What? I was underwear and not aware that no one was aware that she was aware that other people were over there when I was unaware that she was there. Thank you very much for the donation and the support. I appreciate it. Sorry, I'm working on something, but it's worth the wait, I promise. I've thought this for a long time, and I've not thought of how I should show it to you guys. I think I finally figured it out. I think this is it. And then I just want to take, let's do an ink drop sample. Do it right here. Oh, I need to go to that layer. Do it right here. Oh, that's out of the selection. So, where should I do it at? That's in the selection. Oh, I can't. Okay, let me do this. A square. There we go. Ink drop selection. Okay. Now I want to. Sorry, it's taking me a little bit longer than I thought. I'm about to get there. Give me a second, chat. Okay, and one more touch here. Boom. Control Z. I need to change that. Where's I need kind of a dirtier. Let me find a different color here. Now look, this is clearly an edited photo, and I don't have the greatest colors on it. But someone said his face looks like a foot. Now I'm going to show you a photo, and you tell me if you think this is accurate, because I've always thought this. With his receding hairline, with his face shape, with everything that's going on. I know I didn't pick the greatest colors, but you'll get the hint. Tell me that Phil's head does not look like a giant fucking toe. Like with his head shape, I outlined the outside of his head. I changed some colors on it. Tell me that Phil's head does not look like a giant fucking toe. It looks exactly like a giant fucking toe. It looks like someone made a fucking toe print and put it on a neck. It looks exactly like a toe. And I can't unsee it. And I didn't want to say anything because I figured people would think I was fucking weird. His head looks exactly like a toe. It might have been made. My dad lost a big toe. This might be where it went to science or something. I don't fucking know. But it looks exactly like it. Now I'm going to start peeling back the layers, okay? I'm going to start peeling back the layers. And you tell me you cannot see a toe anymore. Here we go. All right, we're going to start taking it back. Taking it back. Taking it back. Okay. Okay, big difference there. Take it back, take it back, take it back, take it back. Now tell me it doesn't still look like a big fucking toe. I've done nothing to this. Nothing. And it still looks like a big fucking toe. Like this is a toenail, and this is the rest of the toe. And then he's even got these lines that are like your toe knuckles. Looks like a big, I can't unsee it. And I thought, if I say he looks like a big fucking toe, people are going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? But it's all I see. It's all I see is a giant fucking toe on a neck. A giant toe on a neck. And I don't know how to undo it now. I have no idea how to undo it. I don't want him to see this and cry because I didn't like his couple shirts or because I thought he looked like a big fucking toe, but damn, like I don't know what to say.
What are they trying to prove? Hi, my name is Eric, and in this
There's Greg Locke.
you're going to find out some of those lies that are being presented and what you can do about it.
I bet you his name's not even really Eric. And I'm not watching the Young Earth Creationalism, guys. I'm going to play this activity feed here. Mustang Sally with 100 bits. I appreciate it. Also, I'm going to thank you all for joining us. Show up tomorrow. We're gonna break out some. I'm not playing his Young Earth Creationalism. I'll break all of those down in one. I'm sure he has comments in here that I'll pull out when he talks and does his thing. But now all I can see is a big fucking toe behind my head. So thank you, chat. That's your fault. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. I appreciate it. I'm Will Bird. This has been the Cold Beer Confessional. We'll cover some more stuff today or tomorrow. Join us for gaming tomorrow. You'll probably like it. You can go to twitch.tv/coldbeerconfess. Or is it Cold Beer Confess or Cold Beer Confession? Cold Beer Confessional, twitch.tv/Cold Beer Confessional. You can also go to youtube.com and it's under Cold Beer Creations. Cold Beer Creations. I'm out for the night. It's probably past 1 o'clock, which I got a late start. I've got 2 Patreon shows I need to make up now. Don't let me forget. We'll get to them, I promise. I'm going to do one Patreon stream. I learned how to live stream from my drone. So basically, I can be talking to you in chat. I think I'm going to do it on Telegram. I can be talking to the people in my Patreon Telegram on chat and fly the drone around. So I'm going to go out to some place more scenic, and we're going to do a live stream there one day when we got good weather and good wind. That'll be fun, and you guys can really check it out, what it's like flying the drone. I already did a test stream in BB's chat the other day, and it went really well. We'll be live tomorrow playing some video games up in the day. Come look for us, maybe 11 or 12, somewhere around there. Look for the alerts, so either on Twitch or on YouTube. I don't think I'm going to broadcast it to Facebook because there's like one person watching on Facebook all day. And I really don't think they were like, you know, I don't think they knew that I was doing a gaming stream. They just showed up because I went live. But anyways, come join the gaming. You'll laugh, have a lot of fun. It is really enjoyable. I hope you enjoyed the show tonight. I'm out of here. Thank you for the donations and support. If you want to support the show while we're offline, go to coldbeer.fund and follow me somewhere, donate, buy some merch, whatever you want to do. The biggest thing is follow me somewhere over at coldbeer.fund. Everybody have a good night, and we'll see you on the next one. Oh, I forgot to change the background photo. Background photo from Austin. Thank you, guys. Have a good one. Don't have nightmares about toes. Come on, guys. We're above that. Have nightmares because he cries when he tells his fiance he can't marry because he's still married to his other wife, that he loves her. During a live stream, he sheds a tear. And 2 drops of anal leakage. That was from his days in prison. Oh, Miss Priss is a huge feet. She has a huge feet fetish. If you ever do have unsolicited pictures of really beautiful or really disgusting, she goes both ways there. Feet, you can send those to Miss Priss. You can find her on Telegram or Miss Priss at ilovefeetforreal.com. ilovefeetforreal.com. I would like to volunteer that if this trial goes to the jury, if it actually goes to trial and the jury's there, I would like to volunteer a plaid suit for every jury member. Direct fucking copies. Twill, tweed, plaid. Could you imagine the jury being selected and they're like, okay, you have to step out while we do this, blah, blah, blah. And they all come back in with matching suits to Phil's. Oh, man, I'm glad I don't live in PA. I'd get in so much fucking trouble. That's where we should take the drone for the stream. To Shavertown, PA. I hear it's very scenic. There's probably a lot of local fucking places to hang out. Did you clip the squirrel kick? No, I need to. I cannot believe that squirrel exploded like that. I thought it was just gonna kick it and then like kick it back and run away. That motherfucker exploded. I'm pretty far from fucking Pennsylvania. I've drove through Scranton a ton. Because basically you run up 81 all the way to Scranton. I'm about 8 or 9 hours from Scranton where I'm at. Something like that. Not about 9 hours maybe. I drive up 81 all the way to Scranton, and then after you pass Scranton, you can hit like fucking 84 and shit. Like when I used to work out New York and Connecticut and all the fucking places I guess not New York. New York, you would keep going up 81, but like Connecticut, around New York City, you can take 380 to 80 or something like that. When I worked at Bayonne nuclear plant or Bayonne power generation, I ran to. You always go to Scranton, then you make a right. I remember it like crazy. I live on the basically where my little town is. It's not far from where, if you know anything about interstates, you travel a lot of interstates, where 81 meets 40. I live about 30 minutes from there. So when I worked out on the road, when I worked out on the road, I could basically 81 takes you all the way up to Canada. 40 takes you from East Coast to West Coast. That's basically the routes I took leaving here. Unless for some reason, I went to like, I don't know, Charlotte or somewhere on the coast there. It was 81 or 40. Yeah, 81 runs all the way into Canada. 40 will run from coast to coast. They're huge fucking corridors for like trucks and travel and shit, of course. I remember the first time I worked in Texas, we were like, oh, it's the same thing with Florida. When you first get to Florida, you think, man, we're almost to the fucking beach. And then it's still like 9 fucking hours to like get down to like some of the lower part of Florida. It's the same thing in Texas. We drove out to a job in Texas. We had worked all day, drove all night. We're driving the next morning out of Louisiana. Got to Texas. We're like, man, we got to be close. We were going to Mission, Texas. It was still like 3 days to get there, just across Texas. Yeah, Tennessee's long as fuck too. It's like, it's just, so I can be in Scranton, PA in 9 hours, or I could drive across Tennessee. Tennessee's long as fuck.
One of the nicest places I think I've ever been in Texas was there's a place called Marble Falls, and a bunch of country musicians have like summer and winter homes down there on the lake. Man, it was such a nice area around that lake. There's a power plant there on one side of the lake, but the whole other side, it's gated communities, nice ass houses and shit. And it's like a nice lake since it's not really open to the public. It's like, well, I guess the public can access it, but it's mostly those fancy people that do it. They like pay people to clean it up and shit. It was nice. All right, guys, I'm out of here. You all have a good night. See you on the next one. Be there live tomorrow at the gaming show so you can see me kick bullshit for off. See you guys.